sergeant of the town guard lies in his blood-covered bed, his throat slit. In another bedroom across the hall, the heroes have the cloaked killer trapped. The killer lowers his blade, waiting to see what the heroes do next. He pulls back his hood, revealing white hair and watchful eyes. He leans against a large cupboard door with an arrow sticking out of it. First of all, you're not a very good shot. Idrisil's dark Akron bow creaks as he pulls back another arrow. And second, like I said, we're not enemies. My name is Reese.
You killed a town guard. That doesn't make us friends, Reese.
He was bought by the slavers, he and his whole crew at the Southeast Gate. With the slavers gone, it was time for the wolves to bring justice.
You mean murder?
I saw you last week. You took down the slavers, wiped out every one of them at their compound. That was justice. This guard was part of their organization. He had to pay. Tonight, I am justice.
Well, he's got a bit of a point there.
I've got my own point I'd like to give him.
You say you're part of this group called the Wolves, men out to take down the Navaran Senate. How does killing this corrupt guard help your cause?
I don't kill these criminals for my cause. I do it for the people of Tabonry. The mayor couldn't care less what happens here. We have to show the people what life is like without the Senate and their puppet mayor. Idrisil lowers his bow.
We've seen other members of your den of wolves hanging from ropes. A priest next to them who, well, I wouldn't say he kindly spoke well of you.
The wolves have to stay hidden. The Senate and town guards would kill us any chance they get. I'm impressed you caught up to me so quickly. Off in the distance, a bell rings over and over, a frantic alarm. That's not good.
What is it?
The distant bell continues to ring. The alarm bell at the Southeast Gate.
Because of you?
No, something's seriously wrong at the gate, enough to call everyone who can help.
That's not good.
Well, that's us! All we do is help. We're the defenders of the realm!
I'm sure you are. Now come with me and bring your weapons. This night just got even more interesting. A woman shrieks from inside the cupboard and forces the cupboard door open. Reese slams it shut again, turns, and leaps out the second-story window like a badass superhero.
Oh, he's so cool!
I could do that.
Go for it, Idrisil! Leap out that window with a flourish!
Idrisil looks out the window at the long drop down to the cobblestone street.
I'm gonna take the stairs down. Why? Because I choose to! Not because I can't.
I'm sure that would have been great!
Xander follows Idrisil down the stairs. There is a pounding on the cupboard door and the sounds of a woman yelling.
What do we do about this cupboard?
Sildren looks around to see he's all alone. He unlocks the cupboard and runs quickly down the stairs. Out in the street, Reese puts his hood back on, draws his blade, and races towards the ringing bell, his cloak fluttering behind him dramatically.
So cool!
Idrisil frowns and follows after him. Xander tries to keep up. Sildren joins the sprint through town with Yathane flying overhead. As you get close to the Southeast Gate, Idrisil yells out,
Iggy! Iggy, are you out there somewhere?
From the other side of a row of houses comes Iggy's voice over the ringing bell.
I'm around!
Do you hear this alarm?
I'm way ahead of you! See you there!
Reese and the heroes arrive at a plaza next to the Southeast Gate. The bell has stopped ringing. In the darkness, you can see the gate is wide open, and a dozen shambling skeletons have stormed into town. They carry rusty swords and armor, but use them to great effect against the now defenseless town. 2 people lie dead in the plaza, and the body of the guard at the gate lies in a crumpled heap. A mass of skeletons head west, cornering several townspeople outside a home. Another group of skeletons, along with some humanoid figure, head with a purpose to the east side of the plaza towards another structure. You hear someone call out from the second-story window of their house near the wall. They're coming down the north road through the gate!
We must protect the town.
Reese and the heroes charge after the undead. I have a map for you to see.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh!
Oh, it's a big freaking map. It's the biggest freaking map we've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
I call this map... Sorry, Iggy. All right, so you guys are in this kind of an open plaza area where wagons can come in. There's a little section with some trees for a little park mini section. You've come in from the northwest side. Iggy, you led the group. They didn't even see you. You got there before them, so you can move about 100 feet further in if you'd like, or you can stay with the group right now. So this is starting the battle. You can have a bit of a head start if you want. Where do you want to be? Want me to show you what's around in the area here? So down on the southwest section are about half a dozen skeletons that have closed in on a bunch of people that are trapped outside of a house. And then on the east side of this is a large church, not large, but a medium-sized church-like structure, which has a bunch of skeletons and this figure heading in that direction. There's also some wagons in the middle of the plaza, the orange objects there, and there's a merchant who's just got woken up and is being pulled out of a wagon by a skeleton. There's a couple skeletons kind of in the north, not too far away from you guys, and then at the far south is the gate and the guard tower. Where would you like to be, Iggy?
So you said these are the guards down here?
No, those are people trapped outside
I
the
want to be
house.
down there.
All right, that puts you right about there, ahead of everyone else. Okay, any questions about the setup of where things are at?
So that's 100 feet?
Roughly, yes.
Okay.
This is a big battle.
Good sense
Wow.
scale. All right.
All right, let's roll initiative, and we are up with the leader of the initiative, Sildred. What is your
First time.
perception?
Well, it's very high, but I've always been last. It's 12.
It's 12.
So Sildren will shout, the creature to the east must be their leader. He will activate the bracelet of dashing
Super speed?
and go 80 feet east.
80 feet.
Well, southeast, kind of towards the park there.
Okay.
As he says that, Idrisil is just like, which one?
And he's running and pointing. And then for my third action, I will spend to give Yathane 2 moves.
Which is super fast. 120 feet.
120 feet in the same direction that I am headed.
All right. Next up is a beep. Is Iggy.
I'm going to keep going south. We're just going to party split the shit out of it.
All right. What's your move?
What could go wrong?
25,
Speaking of siege,
so I can go 75.
75.
I'm assuming I'm still not very close.
That gets you pretty close, actually. I think that might be close. Xander.
So Xander's got some really long-reaching spells he's never used for that distance before. If he runs a full 25 feet towards Iggy, does he have 120 feet to get to
Skeletons
the
down
skeletons
there?
in front of him?
No.
Okay. What about the two that we're completely ignoring?
If you take, you can hit one from there at that range.
Okay, so if I move forward, I might be able to get both. Or?
Yes. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, let's go ahead and run forward for them. And what is my distance again, real quick? Since I just have a scale of it, am I 100 feet out?
120 feet away from the farthest one there.
20 feet. That's a lot.
Yes.
It's a huge scale map.
Crazy talk.
Crazy talk.
Accept your apology.
The slow running dwarf. We couldn't come in there.
South side.
Gosh, so Xander ran down twice.
Xander.
So if Xander ran 3 times, he'd be 75 feet, which is a hell of a long time behind Iggy still.
Yeah, because I got that extra 100 feet movement.
Right.
If you only had a bracelet of dashing.
If only I had a bracelet of dashing, that would have gotten me 5 more feet, probably. I'm very small.
10.
You know what I'm going to do? Actually, we are splitting up a lot. I'm going to change my movement, and I will just bolt after Iggy. So Xander's just going to follow him as far and fast as possible.
All right.
Wait for me!
And the next is Idrisil. All 4 of you guys went first.
Cool.
That's crazy.
I'm assuming weapons are drawn.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. How far away is the closest guy to me up there?
You are there. He's 120.
120? I'm going to hunt prey on that first creature.
Okay, that's a skeleton there.
Up at the top, and I'm going to take a hunted shot at him. Because it doubles my
Removes
range.
a range penalty there, yeah.
So he is well within shot. I'm going to take a hunted shot at him. With a natural 20.
Yeah! The bats!
First roll of the episode.
Nice,
That's
nice
a
way to
hit,
start off the
obviously.
night.
That is not only, is that a crit?
That's
Yes.
a critical. Sorry, yes.
It's critical
That
hits.
would be 4 d8s and a d10.
Isn't it 2 d10s?
No, it's the deadly. so
Deadly
it's just
comes
a
on
one.
after
Deadly
the
comes
fact.
out, yeah.
I appreciate it, but no.
Yeah, 5 dice. Massive.
To a skeleton. I'm going to re-roll these two. All right. So we have a 1, a 4, a 4, an 8, and a 6. So, oh my goodness. Someone help me with
23.
that. 23 points. Someone
23
get there
points of
eventually.
damage.
Wow.
You fire your arrow.
Oh, plus you have
That was
plus. You have +1 too.
Plus
don't you?
1 to the Alcrum bow.
Why?
No, but you don't you have like a natural +1 to your damage? or
No,
something?
not
It's already,
okay.
yeah.
The
bow is
everything's
all straight damage.
Everything's
to attack.
factored in.
Yeah.
23 points of damage for my first hunted shot.
Your arrow goes right through and splits apart his spine, and he just crumples down as though he was held up like by some string that you just severed, and he is gone.
I'm so happy to see you roll all those 8s because I was looking through my dice bag and like, where did all my 8s go? And remember that you've got them all for your massive amounts of damage that you can roll.
I'm gonna make a meta request with that natural 20. Can my hunted prey switch to a new target?
It cannot.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna hunt prey on this guy.
Okay.
Um,
Then
Can't go through into the second
Well,
guy.
no, because he's not my prey, so my next hunted shot would be kind of moot. It wouldn't reach him.
You're done right now. You did hunted prey, shot, hunted prey, so you're done.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep. All right. Next is a whole bunch of stuff.
So you guys go for it. You run. Have fun running. I'm just gonna stay in the top corner. I'm gonna try to get to that park if I can soon.
The bunch of the skeletons on the east side and the strange figure run into a building.
Oh my
There
god.
was no way we were gonna
Looks temple-ish.
catch him.
And they notice you guys as well. And they hustle fast. This guy is there's a skeleton at a wagon that is attacking this guy. And that guy he's screaming, help! And then this skeleton here is going to there and a little bit more. One of the skeletons at the north is moving, and then we have all the skeletons at the southwest side. They close in on these 3 poor townsfolk and are just hacking away as I move them over and over again. They're hacking away except for 2 of them. 2 of the skeletons engage this dwarf that has joined the fight, and they each only get 1 attack on you as they had to spend time closing in. All right, here comes the first skeleton. It swings with its rusty sword and immediately decapitates its friend, killing it. That was not ideal.
Is that a natural
I don't know how you define ideal, but
It's not ideal because I don't get to use my new sweet
Just at that moment, Iggy takes a big swing.
That's why it's not
Right.
ideal.
Done.
He just gets there and then he sees this thing explode. Damn it!
So that's going there. Reese looks left, looks right, and chases.
We totally heard his name last week too. Because I
Did we?
made a Reese's Pieces.
Reese chases after Sildren to help him out. We're done there. We're done there. It's
Wait, how fast is he?
Fast.
Best.
But he just ran full speed.
Well, I
too.
guess he did just jump out of a 2-story window with no damage.
Sildren, you're up.
okay. So the 2 skeletons as far to the southeast, like close to where the other skeletons are they following that group or have they turned around?
One has stopped. The other seems to still be going in.
Okay. I will move 40 more feet to the southeast, staying at least 30 feet away from the skeleton attacking the guy there by his lonesome.
How much
is
feet
that a
one more time?
40 feet,
40
but
feet.
still staying 30 feet away from the skeleton.
All right, you had to run between some of those little park areas.
Okay.
Slow down a little
That's
bit.
fine. And how far away am I from him?
From him is 50 feet.
Okay.
50, 60 feet.
I am going to draw my bow back,
Okay.
fire at the skeleton while Yathane swoops in and attacks the eyes of the skeleton itself.
Okay, so Yathane needs to move over.
Yep, and she's going to do her
Support.
help a friend action.
Okay. And then you are drawing your bow and firing your bow.
Well, we said weapons were already out.
Oh, okay.
So
Then where is your staff?
that's a good question.
Great question.
My staff
New healing staff.
be on my back.
I'll allow it. Yeah, let's go for it.
I'm a hefty hauler.
You are. You paid the feet. Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to shoot my bow at the skeleton there. A natural one.
Oh, really?
jeez.
All right, roll damage. What's your damage?
I'm thinking I should probably use a hero point.
From a natural 20 to a
It's
natural 1 on your
just
first roll.
so early. I'm going to use this one of my.
Oh, wow.
points.
First roll of the game is a hero point.
Totaling 13 now.
13 against this skeleton is a miss.
And that means that Yathane's action is not
Is not
relevant.
useful. Okay.
Yeah.
Done. Next up is Ignal Heavybringer. You got one skeleton in front of you, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 more about 20 feet away at the house.
That one in front of me is gonna get swiped at. With a 24,
That's a hit.
7 points of damage.
On this skeleton.
Yes,
How much?
7.
7 points of damage. You smash him apart. He drops dead.
And then I want to. How far away am I from the closest one?
You're about 25 feet away.
I will
Charge in?
Charge in.
All right, you charge in. You're now behind about 3 of them right now.
Oh, it's perfect. So I got my
Your new
my
sweeping ability.
And that adds +1. It's not good enough. 11.
11 to hit.
Yes.
Is a miss. Did you include your cool +1 sweep weapon? Okay. You swing. You're so excited. You swing way too early. You are done. And I think next was Xander. Xander.
All right, Xander's gonna keep following Iggy, so he'll do a full move action. So that'll be 25 feet for that.
Okay.
And does that put any of those skeletons in range? It looks like they may have cover too.
Yeah. 1, 2. How much? What's your movement? 75.
25. So 25 for each one. So
75. Yeah, it puts them within range. There is one that will. No, you don't have any line of sight currently. You do have line of sight of something, but it is not those.
what?
You can see to the eastish, southeast, just beyond that guard tower.
Yeah.
You can see the wall goes up about 16 feet, 18 feet high. Just at the top of that wall, you can see a large skeletal head bobbing up and down as it makes its way towards the gate.
A large skeletal head.
Yes.
How far is it?
It's by that wall that you can barely see in the bottom corner of our map.
Okay. That doesn't happen to be in range of it. Like is it like 100 feet away? 120
No,
feet
that's
away?
like 250.
Super far away.
Right,
So the
yep.
fact I can see this large skeleton head is even creepier.
Yep.
Cool.
Either still.
Is that up there, the skeleton moving towards me, or is that?
You don't know.
Yathane.
He was heading in that direction.
Okay, he is now my hunted prey. I'm
That's
going
an
to take
action?
a hunted.
No, you already did it. You already did it.
It's established from my last turn. I'm going to take a hunted shot at him. Ooh, with a 21.
21's a hit.
Nice. For 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. You
that
chip
one.
off some bones, but do not slay him.
Second attack. Ooh, is a 27.
Is a critical hit.
Nice.
Dope. Okay, that's a 14.
He is at.
16,
He is at.
18, 22 points of damage.
Squish, powder, dust, grind it.
It's just like some sort of tank round where the initial round hits and then starts to spall around inside the bones. Shrapnel bone everywhere.
So that was one action.
One action.
I'm going to use move to get to Reese.
Down over to there. That will get you to there. Done. Okay. Next up is a whole bunch of baddies. This skeleton takes a swipe with an 8 at Yathane right next to
Oh,
it.
man.
With an 8?
Yes.
That will be a miss.
And then it swipes again with a natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
Yathane has been hit for minimal and maximum damage. 15 points of slashing damage with his old rusty sword.
She squawks angrily.
Is this the first time Yathane has been hit?
I don't
Second.
think so.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of bird damage.
So you said 15,
15 total.
damage, so she's down to 21. Fortunately, she's more mature now. This and has grown.
That's exceptionally fortunate.
And that was just a skeleton?
Yeah.
Damn.
A critical hit skeleton.
Critical skeleton with a big sword.
Yeah.
These guys are attacking. That guy is... Where is he at? So the skeletons at the house to the west are attacking like crazy. They butcher a young man, a teenager, trying to protect his family and just hack him apart. And 2 of the skeletons move towards you. Iggy, turn around and they attack you. One is going to make a roll. What is your what's your athletics? Pretty high, right?
+9.
+9. He tries to trip you and fails, and then swings with his sword with a 14 to hit.
Nope.
And then swings with his sword with a 19 to hit.
No, sir.
Oh, man, you got some armor. The other one is going to do the same thing, except it is going to do this raspy scream of to demoralize you.
Yeah, no. Scream right back.
Oh, it gains Fearful 1 with a critical failure. You scream right back at it, and it kind of rattles a little bit. It's supposed to be immune to it, but we just got to let that happen. That's pretty cool. Then for its second action, slightly rattling its bones, it makes an attack with a 13 to hit.
Nope.
Come on, and a 15 to hit. Cannot connect. Done, 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 done. That's all done. And then we see, or do we see? There is, coming through the gate, a giant skeletal gray ivoryish hand hits the gate and starts just tearing it more open. And there's grinding and wood splintering, and this large skeleton, easily 18 feet tall, steps through. In its hand, it drags a glaive, like a long, thinnish axe, polearm weapon, on the ground and just digs into the ground as it comes through. And it's creepily, eerily silent. It makes no roar, no sound. It steps in, ready for murder and carnage. It moves relatively quickly at 30 feet. It's not slow. It's got like those big giant strides, if you will, that look slow, but it's not. And so it's going to go 30, 60, and it's closing in on
Sildren, seeing it charging straight at him,
Sildren area towards the wagon.
channels his inner Geralt and fuck.
Behind you, Sildren, we have one more person to go, and that is Reese. He comes up behind you and stops and says, "This is not good." Sees this ginormous giant. He
Couldn't agree more.
he is part of the wolves. He charges in and goes right at it and stops his turn 5 feet away. So the giant has to waste an action to get to him. All right. We're at the top of the round. Player 2 has entered the game. Sildren, about 80 feet away, 70, 80 feet away, is this huge giant skeleton. You've got another, this is next to the wagons in the middle of the plaza.
Yeah.
You've got another little two skeletons around the wagons where your bird is at, and this poor merchant is being pulled by his boot out. What are you going to do? It's you and Reese.
So, look.
Did your voice just crack? What was that?
Okay. I am going to, like, kind of my bow kind of, like, goes back and forth between the small and the big skeleton, small and big skeleton, small and big skeleton. Finally settles on the big skeleton. I take my single shot, and Yathane flies up and attacks the thing's eyes. It has eyes, yes?
The big skeleton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then that's what we're doing.
Yathane is going to the big skeleton.
Yep.
Okay.
And she will use her help a friend action.
All right. So your second action, you commanded her with one. Your second action is to shoot.
Correct.
All right, go
Yes.
for it.
15 to hit.
15, I can almost guarantee you that is a miss.
Lovely. I've been completely ineffectual.
You have one more action.
Yeah, I'm going to head to the southwest a little bit behind that tree in the park for cover. Yeah.
Okay.
And I have, well, was that 40 feet? Because I can travel 40 feet currently.
You're good right there.
Okay.
All right. Sildren boldly is moving his wounded bird near the giant Iggy. You're like 150, 180 feet away from this whole giant thing, but you got surrounded by 3 to 5 skeletons yourself.
Some sweeping action
Sweep.
with a 21.
21 is a hit. How does this work with the sweep?
So, you make a wide arcing swing and a single melee strike, and you can hit up to 2 foes, each of whom must be within your melee reach and adjacent to the other. And my damage roll goes against both of them.
Okay, and then you don't take the penalty, the multi-attack penalty, until you're
It
done.
does count as 2
after the fact.
after.
That's what's handy.
They each take a huge 5 damage.
Huge 5 damage. What type of damage?
It is slashing.
Slashing. You slash across them and you hit them both, and your blade bounces off of their bones and does no damage. They are resilient to that slashing endeavor.
And I'm going to attack one of them.
Can you only do that sweep once? Is it a flourish? Does it say flourish on it? What's the name of that power?
It does say flourish.
Okay, then you can only do it once per turn.
Yeah. With an 8.
8, and Iggy is just stunned that didn't go through.
Really?
Okay. You have another action?
No, that was all
Oh, that
3.
was it. Yeah. Because the sweep takes 2 actions, right? Not so much good luck so far. Xander, though, is going to save the day.
Oh my god!
Now, Xander, you've got a big choice. You've got a physical crossroads here, if you will.
I watched the big giant walk in, and I'm seeing Iggy surrounded by slashing skeletons, and I'm somewhat in a reach for
Help
either.
them, Xander! Help them!
He says, being dogpiled by bones.
And Soldier's like, help us, help me.
They're gonna hit shit.
All right,
Skeletons.
Xander's one to follow orders this time, so he's going to go after the giant skeleton.
You're 150 feet away right now.
So I will take 1 move forward,
Okay.
which would put me in a pretty decent distance for a couple of things.
Your move speed is 25.
25.
All right. So you're 125 feet away.
25 feet away.
What is it, 120?
Yep.
I think that was, maybe on purpose a little bit.
Hey, it happened to Iggy a bazillion times so far in this campaign.
Xander is going to make his hand glow a sickly green and throw out an acid arrow.
How far can that go?
150 feet.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Nice. This is your big level 2.
My big level 2. It's 120 range, but with my my feet reach, I have an extra 30 feet to it.
But reach takes an action.
Correct. Ooh. No, wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
Hold the fern.
One action, yeah.
Father. Cool.
You got to spend that extra action to extend the spell, and you just spent that action.
I just spent that action to move so that I could extend the spell, because if I was back 20, if I didn't move,
You have 150
You would have been
feet.
150.
Want to back up and just do that?
yeah,
Okay.
if we did, I'll go ahead and do that real quick. That
All
way I
right.
can at least get the attack out.
Okay, so you spend an action instead to extend your acid arrow, which is a spell attack
Correct.
against this. So you've
Yeah.
got to hit this giant.
He gets out a fake longbow.
So stretching it out, and I'm rolling it off with you know what? That was a 6, but since that's my first roll, I'm going to take a hero point on that one.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll it
Good luck.
with
It's a big spell.
a 21 to hit.
21. You throw the acid, you hit the giant, and it splashes on him and hurts him. Roll your damage.
Yeah! Okay.
Nice.
That is a 4, 4, and a 5 for 13 plus 2 for 15 acid damage.
15 acid?
Correct.
You splash acid all over this giant, and it makes no sound, but just makes this animation, if you will, of pain. And you see some of its left ribs are come to a weird eroded point now that your acid's still dripping off it. So that's a nice chunk of damage for sure.
It also has 1d6 persistent acid damage.
Ooh, that is significant. Really, you get the persistent on a regular hit?
I sure do.
Persistent. What happens on does it say anything for a critical hit?
On a critical hit, double the initial damage, but not the persistent
And
damage.
it's 1d6?
Correct.
All right, so he's going to continue to burn. That's fantastic. Okay, great. And you are done. You're still standing in the middle of nowhere, but you got off a big thing.
Yeah!
How far away is the skeleton or the giant?
The giant has +2 cover from you right now, and he is 160 feet away. What are you going to do?
Honestly, I'm just going to use all of my action. I'm going to use one action to hunt prey on it, and then I'm just going to move. Again, let me go towards Xander, but closer to the park. So
with
southeast.
a move?
Yes. So hunt prey and then move.
Okay. All right, you got to hunt prey on the giant, and you move closer. Next up are they. You,
Nice.
Idrisil, you've got a little bit of an angle of view. You can see a strange bluish light coming from the church in the east where a bunch of the dead ran into at the beginning of this battle, FYI. Some skeletons attack. This skeleton next to the merchant in the middle is driven, lets go of the boot of the merchant, and it's driven to attack Eothane. And strikes. Let's see what happens.
I am going to take the time to tell Sildren and Xander, because they're closest to me, about the blue light that I just saw. Everyone look towards the church! Xana! Sildren! Reese! Iggy!
The skeleton strikes 3 times at Eothane, swatting the air with a 9, 12, and a 13.
All of those will miss.
The bird's just taunting, flying just out of reach.
Just keep squawking at him.
This one moves over to here. This one gets confused. The skeleton moves around some of these, some of those wagons and comes up behind Sildren, but cannot attack this round. And then we've got a whole bunch of Iggy goodness. Because both of them up top are gone, right? Yep, that one's coming in there. This person's hiding in a corner, screaming for you to help. And Iggy, you are attacked by, I think the official term is gaggle when there's a whole bunch of skeletons, by the way. You've got a 24 to hit.
Hits.
That is, minimal damage, 5 slashing damage.
Are you raged right now?
No.
14 to hit.
No.
And he attacks again with a 3 to hit. The other one is also going to try to bowl you over and tries to trip you and fails. Keeps trying to push and trip you. And maybe. Hold on. He might do it. What is your... Shoot, 20. No, it's 17. You have a 19 athletics. Does not knock you down. And he attacks you with his third action for an 8. Last one, he attacks all 3 times as well. Just a flurry of sword blows. 17, 6, and 11. They cannot get through your armor. Just parrying, and parrying. Ching, ching. They are all done. Everything's done except for our new friend, James and the Giant Peach, the giant skeleton.
Kubo.
What is he going to do? He is going to charge. Yep. He is going to do a terrifying charge of... no, he's just going to take a step. He's going to take a step and attack Reese twice with his giant glaive.
Good luck, Reese.
Where is his attack? There it is. Here it comes, big glaive attack. Ooh. That's bad for him. That's bad for him. Reese is critical for the first attack and is sent flying through the air, smashes into the cargo crates in the middle of the wagons areas, and is dying.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
So
He
much,
unconscious?
Yes.
so much for the white wolf.
And the skeleton
Yeah,
then
yes.
charges towards Sildren.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Sildren, you may go.
Children stands up, says, unholy creature, prepare to pass through the gates of hell. And will, sticks his hand out, and a spring breeze creeps up, and he casts a level 2 heal.
A level 2 heal, which does healing to you and your friends, but damage
Yes,
to undead.
it's positive energy.
All right.
So the damage that it takes, and it has to make a basic fortitude saving throw. But the damage to be taken on that is 16 plus 11, 27 points of damage.
Fortitude saving throw is a 29.
29 will be a success.
Okay, so it takes
it takes
half damage.
Half of that.
And what was the damage one more time?
27, yeah, 16 plus 11, yeah, 27. Oh, I'm sorry, but I have the staff, but I don't have it in my hand, so it's not plus 1.
Okay, so
27,
in half is
so
13.
8.
13, yeah.
Yeah.
13.5 rounded
Yeah.
down.
27, 16, 13, yeah. 6, 13.
It's a
Sure.
300-foot range on that, right? I can heal these spot points.
All right, that's a nice bit of damage. It takes it.
Not done yet.
Oh, he's still going.
Yathane swoops in from behind and attacks.
Okay.
The giant.
Yeah, the giant. Yes. And she's just going to do a regular jaw attack, melee attack, and that's on the cusp, so
Yeah.
I will re-roll that. 27 to hit,
Is a hit, not a critical.
and she will do 10 points of damage.
What type of damage?
Piercing.
10 points of piercing damage. Doesn't do a ton, but does hit. Not getting there.
And then Children will look very fearful. Not that well, I can't go anywhere. I used all of mine.
You? Oh, there was 2.
This spell is
Heal is 2. Well, that heal spell is 2. And then
It was worth it.
yeah.
You didn't by chance heal Reese in that, did you?
No, it was a single target heal.
Yeah, reaches too far away.
Hopefully, I'll still be alive enough to.
I mean, whatever.
I have all. No, I haven't.
It's not tracking the hit point damage or something.
Save it for now.
Well, I was gonna say I dropped the bow, but not yet.
It is no good. This is not
No,
good.
no, it's on a scale of 1 to 10. It's
Really need you to
pretty bad.
move.
you really need me to move.
Yeah.
Why me?
You're probably in the way of my shot.
He's huge. He's a giant.
He's also
probably something.
he's also
to
an
make him in the
ally.
way.
So if you're not in a closed area, he should not be granting cover.
He does.
Okay then. I like.
Yeah.
Iggy, you've got 3 skeletons that are you've just been
Sweeping.
battling against.
Sweep like a broom.
Sweep the leg.
I rolled a 2. I'm gonna use a hero point.
Let's hope this is our only big combat of the night.
With a 25.
25 is hits to those 2, and you got your +1 for the cool little bonus.
26.
26 it hits.
10 points of damage to each of them.
All right, you killed 2 of them.
Squish.
And I'll attack the third one. With a 15.
That is a miss.
Oh.
All right, you killed 2, I said. This one is dead, shattered. You send bone splinters everywhere, and there was another one. There he is. Dead, shattered, goes flying everywhere. That's much better of a turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then up next is Xander, standing in no man's land, empty space.
So
Gnome man's land.
Cubo Giant charged in. How much closer did he get to
Please don't
Xander?
call him. You belittling him.
Give him a lot less cool.
Demoralize the skeleton.
Know where he's going next. That was a little Carson-esque.
How much closer did he get?
He is 110 feet away. 110.
110 feet away. 2 R. For the things I want to do. Yeah, all right. Xander's gonna move forward 25 feet.
Okay.
So he'll get within 90 feet of distance.
85.
85 feet. So yeah, so if I have a spell that goes to 90 feet, I'm good. Oh my god. In heaven, because it still takes an action to use the reach on that extra 90. So Xander's gonna move in again.
Magic sucks.
What it is?
Why was I not a paladin?
Yeah, so Xander's gonna move closer one more time.
Okay.
So move twice, and on the third action,
That one fell down and
so I think I'll put up his shield.
so 60 feet you ran and put up the shield. You bravely go to cast a spell that looks at you.
Man, Reese wishes he could do that.
You hear from 150 feet away. Too soon. Yggdrasil, you may go. He has a standard cover, +2 cover.
Covered, man. He's 18 feet tall.
Yeah, the tree is 17 and a half feet tall.
Of course. No apple tree, is it? No.
Are you a tree climber? Can you just like scale the tree real quick and try to get him from up high?
Yeah, I could.
Just go to the other side of the tree.
Does that count as a forest, technically?
Why?
Because I am a forest woodland elf, and I am not encumbered by anything in nature.
So what do you want to do?
I want to take one
Could you
step.
become
I want
less
to not have
encumbered?
so much. I want him to not be as protected by cover.
You can move through jumping over this little garden area. You can jump through without any reduction to your speed because you're so light elven steps in the forest, and you will reduce all of his cover to nothing.
I will do that for my first shot. He is already hunted prey, so I'm going to use my second action to take hunted shot.
Double shot.
Double shot at him.
Good luck.
Get it.
+8. That is a 19 to hit.
19, you think you miss. And you do not, you hit.
So good.
First shot does 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage is...
Piercing damage, yeah?
Yes.
Got it, keep going. More chunks fly off.
Second shot is a hero point because I rolled a natural 1. We don't like that. Sorry for hitting the mic.
Yathane thanks you next to him.
Ooh, not much better with the 2.
Wow.
So a total of 7.
There is a big difference between 1 and a 2.
She still squawks at you as the arrow flies by.
You have a third action left.
I do have a third action. I'm just gonna
Take a desperate third shot.
one more.
Action?
He gets
the
double
two
shot.
That was
That's right,
a 100
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
One more with my last shot. Ooh, total of
You rolled a
7.
1, a 2, and a
You
2.
need to
Yeah.
put that dice.
Holy moly.
Put it in hell.
That's a super
He gave me
critting
my
dice.
first roll was a natural 20, so I was confident with him, but that's all right. We retire the dice
All
for now.
right, Reese is not happy. And we have skeleton time. This skeleton goes back over to the merchant and is clawing at him. This skeleton goes all the way home. Wee, wee, wee. Goes over to Idrisil and comes at you with its sword, its rusty sword, and strikes away.
If only he was my prey.
It strikes with its sword. You parry it with your blow and smash his wrist, dropping his wrist and sword to the ground. He rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of shitty rolls.
It's crazy rolls.
Going around.
There is a skeleton next to you, Iggy, who is attacking you. He has no sense of defeat. Another civilian is killed. That was the mom.
Leave him alone.
And another skeleton joins you. You have a bunch of attacks coming. This guy is determined to trip you. Here he goes. With a 15 is a fail. He is going determined to trip you with a -5.
Keep smashing those ankles.
Arg. This skeleton goes to a different opponent. He just walks over to the other civilian.
Did you use charg as a
defeated.
swear word just now? Charg.
Don't you have some like ability that you can attack him when he?
You can follow them if you
Okay.
want.
You can follow.
However, the new skeleton that joined you does get 2 attacks. He is attacking, and it's going to be glorious. They will finally get glorious hits on you. Oh, that looked like a natural 20. It is a total of 20.
Nope.
No!
No way.
What's your armor class?
21. Good thing I'm not raging.
And then a 6, and that's
Will be
it.
shortly.
Wow.
We gotta take care of these little fucks first.
All right, that is done. And last but not least is the giant. The giant moves forward and
not me,
smashes
not me.
through some
Nope.
trees.
Nope. Not me.
Oh yeah.
Nope. 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 The little one.
Smashes
Tanner.
through some trees.
Wait, how close is he to me?
He's gonna be 5 feet away from you.
Because I have disrupt prey, so if he moves,
If he moves
I can
away
challenge it.
from you,
Oh, okay.
or if he does anything like cast a spell or something. All right, let me look. He's got a special ability I think we need to trigger. Let's try it out. Should we try it out? Let's try it out.
Don't try it out.
Not on Xander.
He charges forward with a terrifying charge. Boom, 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 boom. It takes 2 actions. At the end of this charge, he gets a +4 bonus to his damage, and he gets to make a strike. He is 5 feet away from Idrisil. It doesn't matter. His weapon can go out to quite a distance. And this very long glaive comes down upon your head, Idrisil, with an attack roll of, drum roll please, 23.
that hits
Shoot.
by 2. It hits.
Correction, it was 25. Damage is 13. Damage is 17 points of slashing damage. And he gets a free demoralized attempt on you as well.
All that.
Because he is so
Creeper.
terrifying. And his demoralizing versus your fortitude, he got a total of 20.
Yep.
So you are frightened. Frightened 1, right? Is that right, Iggy? I can't remember how that works.
Yes. Frightened 1.
Frightened 1 on that. I'm thinking the fear spell. So you are a little bit shaken. Frightened 1 means you're -1 to everything, Idrisil, including your armor class, and it lasts for 1 turn, which won't be long because you're actually coming up pretty soon. That was his first and second action. His third action is to then swing back to the left and swipe at Sildren with his giant glaive with a -5 to hit is a 16.
That will miss.
Oh, he cuts off 5 foot of the top of a tree next to you.
I like Sildren hops to the side as it falls down, basically where he was
Shoot up the
standing.
tree now.
Makes another death saving throw. Sildren, you are up, covered in leaves that are falling around you. Yes.
Has he been taking his persistent acid damage?
No, he is not. Thank you. 2 of those. Totally forgot about those. Why don't you roll it?
You bet. At minimum, the first one's a 1.
Okay.
And 3 for the next.
Let me see if he could get rid of the first one. He got rid of the first one. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
1 point of damage. Got it. Sildren, you're up.
Yeah.
Darn, that could have been a lot more damage.
So if I go to the east, can I be within 30 feet of the skeleton, and Reese?
You would have to go around the...
Yeah, I have 40 feet of movement in a single move.
Oh, okay. So let's say, so that's 40.
Oh, you know what? It's not going to matter anyways. But yeah.
You could get there for your whole turn.
Okay, shit. So as an action,
Yes.
I'm going to put the bow away
Okay.
and draw the staff, or does that take 2 actions?
Separate action.
Okay.
Talk to level 1 Idrisil all about that. You can also just drop.
You can drop the
bow.
bow. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
For free.
Shit. You know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just
Cast your own heal spell.
right. I'm gonna just cast my own heal. The spring breeze. The smell of fresh growth and renewal.
The grass around you
Yes,
grows a little more
exactly.
briefly.
And it will take 27 points of damage unless it makes a fortitude saving.
All right. How much damage?
27.
Same as last time.
16 plus 11?
Yeah. Because it's the level 2, so it's 16 plus 2d8.
That seems. Is it still the 16?
Yeah.
Man, that's really huge. I'm just double checking. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm just lying.
Just confirming.
The amount of healing. If you're healing over increased hit points, you disperse on 30 all. So it does not do +8 on the spreading out heal. So one action is range of touch for 1d8.
Right.
2 actions is range of 30. If you're healing, add 8 to the heal. And then 3 actions is 1d8 to the area.
So it's only healing.
The extra 8 is only healing. Correct.
And
The damage is nowhere near as much as the heal. That's where we're running into some confusion.
okay.
So it needs to get 16 hit points back by my math.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. By the way, it just gave me a high five for that.
Well, in that case,
Did you want to redo that whole effort?
yeah, I'm gonna have to then.
'Cause you would be doing 2d8 damage each time as a level 2.
Right, I understand.
Okay.
In that case, I would actually just be using the cantrip, Disrupt Undead.
Go.
Are we?
Disrupt away.
Can we do that for the first level 2 heal? Okay.
Nope.
Then
You figured it out there.
okay. Instead, what I'm gonna do is start heading towards Reese.
All right. So starting this turn out,
You had your bow in your hand.
Yep, it's still in my hand.
You're going to spend all your actions to go there?
Well, what is 2 actions? Where are 2 actions going to get me?
2 actions get you
Talk to me about 2 actions.
around through the southern trees, around the giant to about maybe 10, 15 feet away from Reese in the wagons.
Okay. My 3rd action, will be to put the bow away.
Done. Okay.
And then Yathane will move
Ooh, free move.
60 feet. Actually, she's just going to move kind of northeast, but staying within about just basically northeast, directly north of me to my northeast. To the north.
Got it.
Above the
Yeah,
carts.
correct, yes. There we go, perfect.
I want to move in behind those 2 guys who are attacking. Is that the kid or the dad?
That's the dad.
The dad. And sweep
Good luck.
the leg with a natural 20.
Yeah.
Don't roll damage. You're allowed to hit 2, right?
Yeah.
You kill all 3 skeletons
Perfect.
around you.
Nice. Tornado blow.
Sorry about your family. And then I'm gonna run towards the action 25 feet.
For my second
that'll
action, I will
grind.
console and roll a critical failure.
I roll intimidating sorrow.
Nice.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to kill him. We have that one and that one.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
Nice.
sweep. Okay, you had 1 action left and you were hightailing it somewhere?
I mean, unless that guy wants to like go get a beer. No, I'll run 25 feet.
All right. Done. A little bit more. Done. Okay, Xander.
Xander, okay. How close are we now? Looks like it's about 60 feet, but I don't want to tell you what to do.
Okay, that's always good.
I would prefer you tell him what to do.
You are 55 feet away.
55 feet away.
Just to be difficult.
Xander is going to pull out his shiny new drippy grease wand and launch grease wand at the glaive skeleton.
Damn.
Okay, and what the heck does that do? Tell us.
I am going to cover the ground in grease.
All right.
It's going to be 4 contiguous 5-foot squares, so right at his feet. I'm going to conjure grease. All solid ground in the area is covered with grease. Each creature standing on the greasy surface must succeed a reflex save or an acrobatics check against my spell DC or fall prone. That is DC 20, by the way.
Okay.
Idrisil just sees the skeleton go, ooh. Like Mondo from frickin' Shrek.
Big guy is making a reflex save. He rolls a total of 10.
That is a critical fail.
Yeah.
What does that do? He falls?
He does fall. I don't have. I'm trying to see if there's anything critical about it.
If it doesn't, it doesn't have.
I don't think he's got one. Yeah, but he definitely falls prone.
Okay, he's down, and the whole area is slippery if he tries to move out of it.
Correct. He has to.
Giant.
He has to make a reflex save every time he tries to get back up.
All right, that was 2 actions.
And for the third one, he's still within 60 feet.
Grease fire!
Yeah, Xander's going to throw it in his elemental toss.
Okay.
He's going to throw a fireball just right at the down skeleton.
And for those of you listening, it's not a fireball. He just keeps calling it fireball.
It's not a fireball.
It's
That's
more
true.
like a fire golf ball or slightly warm super ball.
So this one's not the produce flame. This is the elemental toss. So it's my focus spell. So really, it's like igniting air around him.
It's like a little tiny meteorite.
Right, like
It's a Nerf
I
ball
take
that's been microwaved.
the
for 30
elemental heat.
seconds.
Right, it's a Nerf ball. Just flame it up.
All right.
And that will be
I
for.
just say some people might be thinking fireballs. They're huge.
Right, yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not.
That's more Jix's territory.
Maybe.
Do you want to use a hero point on that? I rolled a 5. He's prone. That doesn't give me advantage or anything, does it? Okay, cool.
Wait. Maybe. No. Could continue. I think it's only good if they're in melee range. So continue with your roll.
All right, cool. So that roll that I had is a 15 for the attack.
15. Prone. You're flat-footed. While lying there, you're flat-footed and take a -2 penalty to attack rolls. The only move, you are flat-footed, and you take a -2 to your attack rolls. You're flat-footed. No, he takes a -2 penalty to his armor class, so add +2 if you want.
Okay, so that'd be a 17.
17 to hit him is
Yes.
a miss.
Dang.
All that math for naught.
Dang.
Idrisil, you've got this guy. You're 5 feet away from him. You have a little skeleton right in your face, and then 5 feet away is this giant guy who seems to have gotten a little bit of a burst of life, a little second wind.
I am going
Thanks to math. You're healing.
Okay.
I'm frightened right now, so I'm gonna use my first.
You were frightened the last round, but it only lasted a round.
No, I think it's this round.
Yeah, this is the round.
This is the round. I'm gonna drop my bow
Okay, that's always good.
to save myself an action, and quick draw my short sword
Okay.
to attack this skeleton closest to me.
All right, you drop, I think, the most powerful magical item the group has on the ground, and then you quick draw.
but with a
as you-
-2 and a penalty for range, it's not going to be much.
I'm just saying.
much help.
You quick draw a short sword and attack in the same round.
A fancy short sword.
Yep. With a total of 20.
That is a hit.
This is my short sword, so I need my D6. That's a 4 + 1, so it's a total of 5.
5 points of damage. You smash big chunks off the skeleton. It is not dead.
One more attack at it with a 23 to hit.
You kill the skeleton.
Nice.
Squoosh.
Third action.
Yeah, you saw the third action.
I'm going to attack the giant skeleton.
You are 5 feet away. You have to step in to do that.
I'm going to pick up my bow.
You have a short sword in one hand and a bow in the other. All right. Done. Skeleton. This skeleton has badly wounded that guy and is now checking in on... no, he's going to turn around and go after Sildren, and he gets one attack with a -5. Sildren, you're closing in on the wagon skeleton.
Yep.
He attacks you with a total of 5.
Nope.
All those skeletons are dead. God, don't have to go over there. The skeleton that was kind of hanging out outside the temple goes inside the temple.
That can't be good.
And the giant skeleton is next. And he attacks from more than 5 feet away at Idrisil.
He's prone.
Oh, that's right. He stands up with an action. That's great. That's a huge waste of action.
He does need to make a reflex save.
If he moves, right?
If he creatures using an action to move on the creature's surface during the spell's duration must attempt either a reflex save or an acrobatics check. Yes.
Yeah.
Standing up has got to be some kind of...
I mean, it's spending an action to move.
I don't think so.
I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it didn't say stride. It said move, right?
But if you're prone, you have to spend an action to get up.
So it says a creature that steps or crawls doesn't have to attempt a check or save.
That's interesting.
That's weird.
Prone. You can't use standing up ends the condition. I don't know. I'm going to say no, it doesn't for now.
Sounds good.
We'll look it up later. Otherwise, they might just be totally punished.
Great.
Which would be bad. And we've done it before with other guys, and they can stand up, but they can't move. He is not moving. He's standing up as his first action. He is attacking Idrisil with his weapon. No, he is. And you lost your fighting condition, by the way.
Yes.
His first action is to attack. He is going to attack. I can't find it. There it is.
Technically second action, but
Second action. Thank you. A 27 to hit.
That hits.
Not a critical, though?
Nope.
You have been hit for 15 points of slashing damage. I had my number wrong. It is a 29 to hit.
Still not a critical.
Okay. And it was, what did I say?
15.
15 points of damage. His last action, his second attack, is he raises one. He's got this weapon. He actually has a little bone spur thing sticking out of his left
you're done.
elbow,
26, right?
and he jams that at you.
Elbow spikes.
16.
26. Right.
Rude.
And Idrisil, with your bow again, even though you have your sword out with your bow, you parry that little spur coming out of his arm and snap it off as he rolls a critical failure. He lost that attack entirely.
Wait, he moved?
Nope.
Just stood.
Dun, dun, dun. Sildren.
I will use all 3 of my actions to cast a level 1 heal,
All right.
which is going to emanate 30 feet and heal the Reese, hit the skeleton, and heal the merchant guy.
And yeah,
And Yathane.
And Yathane.
how dare you?
And that will heal 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And do 5 points of damage against the skeleton.
Skeleton, he gets a chance to make a save, though, right?
Mm-hmm. For half.
Willpower? No, fortitude.
Fortitude, yeah.
He rolled a 16.
That will not do it.
He takes full damage of 5. He is still standing, but badly shaken, quivering.
Toasty.
And Reese starts stirring. You know he's not dead, and he's kind of laying down, but propping himself up on his elbows. Yathane's a little happy. And the merchant, who's been being dragged around on his boot before, he sits up and grabs at his wounded ankle and feels a little bit better, too. That was fantastic. For freaking level 1.
Yeah, good move.
Iggy.
Oh, run. run.
Run like the wind. What's your move?
So, 40 feet? No, it's 25.
25.
Monster 82 feet.
Let's say that gets you to
Got a whole house to
there.
get away from.
Xander.
Xander's going to cast Flaming Sphere. It's the first time he's done this. He's going to throw it 60 feet out at the giant glaive skeleton.
Okay. What's involved with that?
So you create a sphere of flame in a square within range. So it's going to be within 60 feet. So
Plop it right down there.
plop it right down on him.
I don't have a token for that, but we can just assume it's there. He makes a reflex saving throw, yes?
Correct.
Okay.
DC 20.
Let's see. I think he can pull it off with a 21.
Rude. So that was 14. So he takes 7
All
flaming
right.
damage.
The ball goes smashing across different femurs and down bones and bouncing off his ribs. Hits the ground. He doesn't take as much flaming damage as you would like, but he is a bit on fire. And what was the damage one more time?
7. So 14 was the total.
14. You're thinking D&D 5th edition.
So
It's half.
It's half, right? Because he
Then
made the
he
save.
barely takes any flame damage.
Okay.
He does take
He's
a
in.
little.
that kind of resistance.
Jeremy, where was that fireball at?
Oh, nice.
So it would have been under his left foot.
Okay. What else, Xander? Is that it?
For that one, that was my 2 actions, and
Yeah, we got one more action. Go.
yeah. So I'm gonna run. I'm gonna keep running towards the temple.
Oh, okay. Idrisil.
I'm gonna back up once for 30 feet to get some remove the distance penalty.
Done.
I'm gonna take a hunted shot at my hunted prey.
30 feet. You got to go more than 30 feet, so you can do that with your move. So you just got to go a little further back. You have to have an empty hand, so you need to drop or put away your sword.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna drop it.
Okay. Just dropping crap left and right.
I'm not. There's no one around me. I'm not too worried about it getting stolen.
All right.
I look at Reese very suspiciously. Yeah. So my hunted shot. That is a 24.
24 is a hit. You're shooting the big giant, right?
I am.
You're only +8 on that?
My second action, yeah.
No, it's the first attack.
It's first attack.
Then it'll be a reroll. So I don't remember what it was.
It was
What
a
was 16?
so it would be
Would be
26.
27.
27.
Okay, there you go.
Still a hit.
Ready?
Still a hit.
Cool. All right, 4 points of damage on that one.
4 points of damage does nothing to the giant. The Akron bow has failed.
Second roll. Ooh, 22.
22 is a hit.
With 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage does do some damage. And the giant is still standing, still fighting strong. And you have one action left.
I'm gonna pick up and put away my sword.
Okay.
Sad.
Dust it off.
The sad part is you can't. Picking it up as one.
Oh, is it? Okay, well then I'm just going to shoot another shot.
All right, go for it.
If I have to do 2 actions. Ooh, with a 15.
15's a miss. He is done. Skeletons go. There's a skeleton right next to Sildren. He's the merchant skeleton. Is he the last one?
Yep.
The last of the basic skeletons out there?
Other than the
There's
temple.
a bunch of fuckers in the church.
He is going to easily trip you, Sildren. I can feel it. Oh! With a 21 versus your athletics plus 10. What's your athletics?
6.
A 16. You are tripped and knocked prone. So on his next attack, he gets to get you with a bonus. Here it comes. That's never happened.
Little bastard move.
A total of 13 to hit.
No.
He's so excited with the initial, and then a 9 to hit. He was excited. Done. And that leaves us with nothing but this little skeleton guy. He has
And
to
the big
move-
skeleton guy.
Big skeleton. He has to move just 5 feet to get within reach of Xander, and in doing so, the ground's a little
A
slippery.
little slippery.
He has to make a reflex save.
Damn straight.
Good luck, Xander. This is to help save your own life. He got a 16.
That is not a 20. That is a fail.
So he falls prone.
falls prone.
So
Also moving into the fireball. How does that work?
no, it's the ball has to be moved.
Or it ends its turn in the ball,
Oh, that's
right?
true. Yeah, I think so.
And since it's prone,
So first action, he tries to move. He fails. He falls prone. Second action is to stand up. Third action is to move and roll a reflex saving throw. And 22.
That is a success.
All right, he is able to move. He gets close to you, Xander, but has not left the flaming sphere area. Is still in the stuff. He's not a tactical genius. He's in your sphere and your grease at the same time. And no, people, this does not light it on fire, unfortunately.
It's more of a lube one, really.
Iggy's like, don't ask what I need.
Well, I have several.
too bad Tim's not here.
Done, and Sildren.
Yeah. So if I'm casting a spell prone that has a that they just have to make a save against.
There's no penalty.
Okay, great. I am ignoring the skeleton that's standing over me,
Okay.
and I turn and just stick out my hand towards the giant skeleton, and the air sort of looks like a little heat shimmer heading from my hand to the skeleton, and I cast Disrupt Undead.
All right. He makes a save.
Yeah, you lance a target with energy. Now it's heightened because it says heightened +1, so it's
This is a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the save I need to roll?
basic fortitude save.
Fortitude is he's so good at this too. Is a 16.
No. So he will take 2d6 damage.
Okay.
He takes 8 damage,
Okay. Got it.
and then Yathane
Yathane.
swoops in and attacks.
Bird up high, striking high, scraping with talons.
14 to hit.
14. No.
Yeah.
But you did blast him. He is struggling to stay on his feet, and he's struggling to keep his essence of bones together. Iggy.
I would like to move 25 feet and then see how far away I am after that.
25 feet. You are 10 feet away.
Oh, sudden charge him, please.
Sudden charge is a move, and attack,
And
right?
an attack.
So that would be your first 2 actions.
Oh, yeah, that
Right?
works. Yeah,
Right.
yes.
All right. So you charge. Just like he did earlier, you charge at him. What did you
So
roll?
13.
13. Even though you're just outside the range, there's just like a couple drips of the grease. Yeah. And you start slipping and you hold your balance and you look at Xander right next to you and raise an eyebrow. You have one more action left.
I'm going to attack again.
Good luck.
With a 16.
16. Iggy, you're hot or you're cold this battle.
Yeah.
Xander, you've got a wand of grease in your hand that you're just cheering around with and accidentally just whipping grease everywhere around Iggy.
Sorry.
What would you like to do?
I'm pretty close. He's closer to me than I'm comfortable with. It looks like he might be able to reach me.
Absolutely.
Pretty close. So I'm going to move 25 feet away. So I'm going to be within 30 feet of him.
Which way?
I'm going to go again towards the temple. So through Iggy, so I'm heading east.
Okay, trying to stay away from his reach.
Correct.
Okay.
I will then take... Well, yeah. Did you have something to say,
I
Sildren?
did.
What's up?
In order to maintain the sphere, you need to use one action.
Correct. Which is something I absolutely hadn't in mind to do. So first, I'm going to flip a shield.
Okay.
Okay.
And just make sure I'm safe where I am. And second, I will use one action to maintain the flaming sphere
All right.
and move it into the giant skeleton square again.
Okay, and your shield, it takes different elemental forms at times, and this time it's a shield of grease.
Drip.
Okay, the flaming sphere strikes at him again. He makes a basic save, right?
Correct.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
That would be 10.
10 points of damage. He rolled a 26 on his reflex save.
That means he gets half. So that would be flaming damage. So 5.
Smoldering all over the place. He's a bit of a mess, but he's alive.
Also, is Reese somewhere in this action?
Yep.
Okay.
He's going to now go after you guys with his initiative.
Okay.
Yep. Good call. Yggdrasil, you're next.
We're gonna do the barrage. We're gonna go hunted shot, strike at this guy.
Okay.
We're just gonna do it. Ooh, it's 16, so it's 27 to hit.
It is a hit.
Nice.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Barely inflicts any damage to him.
Okay, next shot. Ooh, 22.
Is also a hit. Arrows just peppering the guy.
5 points of damage.
Does no effect to him whatsoever.
Get it.
Second action.
He says confidently.
Second attack. Is it it's a 4? 12 to hit on that one.
Oh, that's just embarrassing, though.
It is.
Demoralized from the second arrow. Just drop.
Last one, because we're here, is a total of 10. This just gets subsequently worse.
That's a negatory.
That last one flopped a little bit.
Now, Reese takes action. He stands up. He moves towards the skeleton next to Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil, you're still on your side casting spells, right?
Sildren, yes.
Sildren, sorry, Yggdrasil, yeah. Sildren.
Yeah,
I was on my side shooting arrows.
Yeah, I'm still prone. I have not gotten up.
All right, Reese comes running over with his sword and says, I've got you. And let's see if he does. He swipes at the skeleton, connects with the skeleton, and drops the skeleton all in one fell blow. Dun, dun, dun. And that happens, and that happens. It is the giant's turn. It is prone, I believe, isn't it? No,
it's standing.
It stood up. It will make an attack on Iggy with a... No, it's not going to make an attack. It's going to make a demoralizing. It hasn't done that on you yet. Yeah. Get ready, baby. Here comes some demoralization action versus your 4-2. No, your willpower. Versus your willpower. It's a 24.
That does it.
You have been demoralized 1. He then swipes at you with a glaive. You're just so crazy freaked out by this gigantic beast. Keep in mind, your armor class is reduced by that a little bit as well. He attacks with a 29 to hit.
That is.
Okay. Strikes you for 16 points of damage as the glaive almost knocks you around.
And his little skeleton face appears on my axe.
Okay.
How many points? You said 19? 16?
Yeah.
16.
16.
Okay.
And then his second attack is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
And that one is... I lost it. Where'd it go? That one is a total of 14 points of damage. You just took a heck of a lot of damage.
Sure did.
How much do you have left?
35.
Oh,
I'm good.
you're rocking.
I can
You
take
take
at
out
least two more hits.
two more giants. All right. That guy's gone. We are back up to the top, which is Sildren.
One quick question: if he ends his turn in the flaming sphere, does he take damage?
Nope. The sustain needs to happen.
Okay.
Think of it like a
Got it. So-
inert ball, and then on your sustain, it pulses with fire for a brief moment.
So it is different than the
Totally
D&D
is.
version. Okay. Remaining prone. Just on my side, I will cast out the heat shimmer again
All right.
and cast disrupt undead.
This was a willpower save.
Yeah.
He got a
No, I'm sorry. Fortitude.
fortitude. He got a 15.
15 will be a fail, and he will take 9 points of damage.
Take him down.
All right.
Nice.
So the heat shimmer just kind of hits in kind of like just right above the pelvis bone, right at the spine, and it just sort of like kind of splinters it, and the cracks just kind of go the whole way up, and it just sort of splinters out. Ribs start falling down, clink, 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 clink. The arms fall off, clink, clink, and then the head just kind of rolls off, rolls right in front of Iggy. A little skeletal smile on the thing's face as it passes from existence.
All right. Bone dust, sections of bones left behind.
Stuck to the grease.
Yeah. You got to get like a really good like knife and scrape at it for a while to get the bottom of the pan stuff off of it.
Good job, Sildren.
Come here, and then he will heal.
Yes, please.
And he points at Idrisil as well. And I'm going to cast.
An area heal?
No,
No.
I'm going to cast individual heals.
All right.
From my staff of healing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can do battle medicine too.
Oh yeah, that's right. That takes how long?
It's an instant.
Okay,
An
yeah.
action or something.
So my 2 heals. First one to him will be 15. It's 8 plus 7,
Awesome.
and then to Idrisil, 9.
Cool.
And that's all 3 actions.
Well, that's technically two rounds.
Where else? Where else are we at? I know where I'm at, but where is everyone else?
I have
I'm full.
35.
Do you need out of what?
A 54.
Yeah, come here.
Xander got away.
And I said 15, so you're at 50.
Yeah, we're out of combat actions at this point.
Yeah.
What about the temple skeletons?
Well, yeah.
We need to get in there fast. Yeah, this is like
Got
a quick.
So this is all happening in seconds. So as
Yeah.
Idrisil is walking towards them, his eyes haven't left the blue light in that temple.
Yeah.
Or where the blue light was coming from, if it's still there.
Are you hit?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm running towards the temple.
Yeah, so I walk right
dragging
up
my
to
ball. I
Iggy,
thought we
and
were
I
still
spread
fighting.
my arms wide for a heal.
And you get.
We're just recouping quickly before.
You get 11.
What did you roll
That
on
was
that
my
medicine
dice. A 19.
roll? What was your total?
Oh.
Had your medicine, right?
26.
That's a critical
So
battle medicine. Double heal.
21 points of
You
damage.
just healed someone 21 points of damage, you goofy barbarian.
Yeah.
Goofy barbarian.
Oh, it's this one. Sorry.
Pay attention to your
And
numbers.
I'll touch myself and fail.
Used it all up.
Yeah. And then what about Reese? Where's he at? Does he need a
Oh,
heal?
yes. Yes.
I'll try. I'll give
I
it a
am
go.
back to
22 for
Okay.
him.
Thank you.
And he heals 11.
Okay. Xander, you have been running ahead of everyone else to this temple area. You race over to there. That's on the east side of this plaza where the initial 6 or 7 creatures initially ran into. And there is a blue light that's been coming out. There is still a bright blue light that's coming out. You go running over there, and as you approach it, you see they have gone down some steps into a lower section of this church. And you race down into the light, That's never failed you before, right?
So far, it's working great.
Okay. You race down into the light. You see there is a smashed iron door that has been busted aside, and you are inside a very brightly lit crypt. And inside it's low. There are narrow alcoves with bodies that are laying in there. In the center section, they have pulled out a body from a coffin, have dragged the body out of the coffin, have laid the body out in the middle of the section, and you see half a dozen skeletons are around it in a circle. Standing right over the body is a desiccated man. And well, let me make a roll for you real fast, because I happen to know that you know nothing at all about him. Desiccated, almost skeletal figure, but still has a skin, but very, very dry. And he holds in his hand some bright blue magical energy and holds it over his head. The skeletons are all raising and looking at it in awe, if you will, as in awe as a skeleton can. And what would you like to do?
I already cast grease. I would cast grease on that item so fast to make him drop that shit. Xander will, he will cast Burning Hands. Straight at the guy, just right on the skeletons, everyone in the middle, just Burning Hands right into the crypt.
All right, that's a whole bunch of reflex saves. I'll make one for the two different types of enemies.
Is this the first time you're casting this and not hurting one of your party members?
It is.
Yes, it is. It feels a little weird, I'll be honest.
Can I get somebody in front of me or something?
It just feels unnatural. All the skeletons got a 19 on the saving throw.
They needed to make a 20.
They take full damage.
Full damage.
Let's see that damage.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus 2, 15.
You destroy
That's
every single
13.
skeleton of the circle. They are all dead.
Without any bonuses.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All of them are dead.
Okay.
Except for the guy in the middle. He got a 24, so it's half that damage.
They get 6. No, sorry. 13 plus 2, so half of that is 7.
Okay.
What's that guy's name?
We don't know.
I checked. You made a roll for Xander to find out, and Xander doesn't know.
You blast him with damage, with flame and fire. You light up a whole big wide swath of this crypt. He he stops looking at the magic in his hand, lowers his hand, looks at you, Xander, does not attack, brings the magic close to him in a protective, almost motherly, close motion, and then closes his eyes and disappears.
Dang it! Dang it!
It just all rounds the corner as soon as he sees the guy pop out of existence. Xana, what did you do in here?
I burned up a lot of skeletons, but I thought I was going to get the wizard, but he took his magic thing. He was holding a magic thing that they loved, and it disappeared with it. He might still be in here.
It's no longer bright blue. It's dark. You're using your low lightish vision from what little moonlight's coming through it, so it's pretty hard to see.
And I assume we're all kind of filtering in at this
Yeah.
point. There was a corpse on the laid out?
Yes.
Is it still laid out?
Yes, it's a little aflame, but it is laid out, yes.
Okay. Sildren, it's still a corpse though, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You mentioned other corpses. Was this the only one that they were messing around with?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only one. There were 4 in coffins, maybe a dozen that were just wrapped up in different alcoves. They pulled this one out, smashed open the coffin, dragged the body out, and then this is where Xander saw
Yeah,
it.
if we only had a priest to consecrate this area with.
If you could keep your priest alive.
Too soon.
So much sacrifice. This was the body that the skeletons dragged out. It looks like they pulled it out here and they were all around it when the guy was holding the thing over this body of the guy.
Yeah, Idrisil's going to go up to it and just kind of inspect it and loot
Yeah, how
see what he can
fresh
see.
of a corpse is it?
It is not a fresh corpse at all. You see they have taken some wrappings that were wrapped around the corpse and torn them open to get further access to the corpse. You see there is an inscription on the lid of the coffin that reads Jal Kaban, lower artisan of the Ironwater Fort, member of the Skordrenar Guild, father of Jen the Seer, and friend to all.
Say what?
Would you like to hear that again?
Yeah.
Reads it again.
Jal Kaban, lower artisan of the Ironwater Fort, lower artisan of the Ironwater Fort.
Lower artisan of
Stenographer, I
the
think, for this table.
I'm trying.
lower artisan of the
Ironwater Fort.
of the
Iron
Oh my goodness.
Water
Oh my.
Fort.
Oh.
of the
IRONSWAT.
There's no writing on the coffin. Let's just be this.
It's a stranger.
Okay.
He wasn't.
Lower artisan of the Ironwater Fort, member of the Skordrenar Guild. Member of the Skordrenar Guild.
Ordrenar.
You made all this lore.
I know.
We might as well use it.
And I apologize to all the listeners who are falling in.
You could have just put up a Word document with this all written.
Never! Father of Jen the Seer.
Father of...
And the most important one, the last line of all.
Friend.
Friend to all. That's A-L-L. All.
How do you spell friend?
Friend, not fiend.
How do you say friend in Elvish?
So
Reese!
Idrisil reads it and kind of looks around and says, well, it wasn't a friend to these guys. What could they have wanted with this body?
Reese comes limping down the stairs. What happened?
There were a bunch of skeletons that pulled out Jalkaban right here, and there was a sorcerer guy who had a big blue glowing thing. He was holding it over them. I got him. I roasted them all with fire. You're welcome. But now he disappeared, and this guy's still here. Who is he?
Hell if I know.
Friend to all?
What is this place? Where are we?
I don't know. I've never been here before. And he looks around. It looks like an abandoned temple that's been closed for a while. I'm going to go take a look at those people that were under attack at that building. You guys probably have this in hand. And he believes it's...
Anything else in the smashed coffin? Is there anything that, like, any
Are there any symbols to look
symbols
for?
or artifacts or...
Loot.
No, not loot, just like...
It sounded like you were dancing around.
No, we're going to go out and...
Are there any shiny things? Not actual shiny things, just shiny things. Just want to see if anything's reflective.
Like anything maybe
Small,
pertaining
round,
to
metal.
Who he is, other
Valuable.
than the inscription.
Negative.
Okay.
Okay.
Jalkaban.
Yeah, we're going to head out.
What about, are there any other inscriptions on any other coffins that might be of note? We don't have to go through a
Nope.
2-minute
Oh my
long-
God, no, for each one.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Idrisil's just going to follow Reese
Okay.
after a time.
He heads out. He's checking on the mother and son who were slain by orcs, as Iggy could not roll higher than a 12.
Slain by skeletons. Not even orcs this time.
Pretty sure they were killed before I even got there.
Yeah.
Because of my little legs? You're going to blame my little legs?
Let's go to the tape. And he checks on them, and there's not much he can do.
Being
Like,
dead
it's
and
been for a
all.
while.
Hey, I'm sorry about this, but what are you going to do about it anyway?
He then goes to the gate and tries to see if there's any way to close the remnants of the gate, and checks outside and tries to do something to the gate, checks the dead guard out that's been killed in the guard tower.
Anything on that big skeleton?
No.
The temple we're in, Igno wants to go out and see if there's a marking of, like, saying what it is or Is it the Church of Satan or whatever?
The Temple of Carahel, Tabonry Station.
Religion roll.
Oh, fuck me. Yay. I do get a +1. I don't know how. An 11.
11. You think this is a photo booth and not
Perfect.
a temple at all. You have no clue. His name is Reese. He comes back from the gate over to you, Idrisil, and says, there's a few more out there wandering around. Maybe you can do something with that bow of yours.
You point me in the right direction, I'll take care of it.
He points you outside, and along the wall, you can see there are 2 skeletons a couple 100 feet away, and they are slowly just heading up the north road. You take a couple shots and slay them.
How's that?
We didn't follow them? You didn't want to know where they were going?
You were not there.
Hey, I have an idea. Oh.
He turns to you, Idrisil, and says, well, I think we better get out of here, or I better get out of here before some of the town guards show up. They're going to be here any moment. Where can I find you if I need to find you?
We should be at the tavern this evening. You can meet us there. We might stop.
Which one? The one on the docks?
No, the one more north of town. We probably adjourn there. We have some people that we'll need to
Which one is that?
discuss with. It's surely in my notes somewhere.
You mean pigs?
Peggy's Tavern.
Peg's Tavern. I know the one.
We'll probably meet there this evening around 10 o'clock or so.
Yeah, I don't need notes.
You can find us there.
Well, good shooting. Maybe you aren't such a bad archer after all. He slaps you on the back, and
I disrupt prey.
and he puts his hood over his head and scurries off. What would you guys like to do?
We can't go with him?
You're inside a crypt right now. They're outside. By
Right,
the
I'm not
guardhouse.
even there. So Xander's going to detect magic.
Okay.
Inside the crypt. He knew the guy was already there. I'm kind of getting my glitter dust ready in case he just went invisible and needs to be found. So I'm just going to detect any magic, see if I can find anything in there.
All right. You detect no magic.
Hey. Nuts! I know that there's been a couple of looking around, and we're trying to find, he was trying to figure out what kind of temple this was.
There is someone arriving, by the way. You can hear some barking of orders from some guards, and in particular, a captain of the guard, Vanali, comes down the stairs into the crypt. She comes down, and behind her is a... what is his name? Is a priest in some brownish robes. I don't think I've... There it is, yeah. Who you've seen a couple times before, particularly Iggy, I think, has interacted with him once or twice before, maybe?
The one that with the wolves' bodies?
Yes. And
It was Killian who
That was Killian.
interacted
Okay.
with him.
No.
I swear there was one after Killian.
Uh-uh.
No? All right.
We all, because last time when we noticed that the bodies were the ones we killed,
Yeah.
Sildren kept Xander and I from
Causing any trouble?
causing trouble.
All right.
Yes.
So that guy is also coming down the stairs with Captain Vanali. She steps in with sword drawn. Oh, it's you. Is everything in hand, or are we still fighting?
No, everything's taken care of.
She sheathes her sword and starts.
Does this
looking around.
happen often? Like, has the city been attacked by undead before?
No, not at all. Did I see these bones out here? These are your doing?
Some of mine, some of it's our doing as a group.
What kind of destruction to the town is this? Says the pissed off priest.
Settle down.
She looks at Iggy and looks at him and says, yes, I agree, settle down.
This one was pulled out by the skeletons. Jal Caban.
Don't touch him! Stand back! And he leans over and starts doing some religious rites over him, little symbols.
Ignal's going to get uncomfortably close to him.
Sildren is too on the other side.
Just right next to him. He looks so right.
What are you doing, Priesty?
Sildren's very interested.
All right, I said don't touch him. I'm going to expand that parameter to don't touch me either.
I'm not touching you.
Your axe is right next to his nose.
Idrisil is gonna kind of find his way back to the crypt. Hey, Xander, did you detect any magic? Oh, Captain Finale, good to see you again.
Come on, huddle in.
What's going on over here?
Everyone's on their knees right next to him.
He is flanked, very much so.
The man says, do you mind? I'm trying to do,
What are you trying to do?
You've been eating beef and cheese.
A little fish, too.
He says, there's a sanctifying ritual that must be done to put this spirit at rest. Now give me some room. And he moves his elbows around a little bit.
Go in a little tighter.
All right. He pushes you with all his might. I will not make a roll for that. He ends up moving 3 inches backwards. And he says, very well. And he keeps doing his like, oh, namine, oh, and trying to do his thing. And he's trying not to be distracted. He stops. He has to start again. Vanali says, looks like the southeast guard tower's gone. I've lost at least 2 good men, my sergeant, and this guy. They must have taken him. So I'll set more of my men to hold this up, and we've got to get that gate repaired immediately.
Captain, what is this place?
She looks around. This is an old church that was here before the town was properly settled.
Any idea who, I don't remember his name,
Jowl Kaban.
this guy, and I point towards the plaque. Or any idea who this is?
She walks over and leans, has a little torch or something out to see in the dark, and she's, nope. He's old. All right, I've got a gate to attend to.
Okay.
Right, and I want to come with you. Also, I want to know, do you know what the Iron Water Fort is?
She says, oh, yes, you're in it. And you walk out with her and head towards the gate. She says, this walled section here, and you can barely see, there used to be one over there, and where the mayor's house is, that was the original fortress. This whole place was a fort long ago, even before the old Byzantine Empire, before that. And then over time it became a town and suffered its calamities and victories, and here we are with Tabonry. Inside these walls, new walls, and even some homes outside the walls.
Wow. And so how old is this place?
I would guess a couple 100 years old. Well, it depends on the parts. This part, she says the fort where the mayor's at, that's the oldest part.
Do you know anything about Jen the Seer?
No.
All right. What about the Scourge in our guild?
No.
What about these? He just holds up a marble.
She looks closely. Is this magic of some sort?
Yes!
I don't know it, but perhaps there's a wizard or something in town who might be able to identify it for you.
Okay.
Captain, if you need our help with the guard tower or any repairs, you know where to find us.
She nods, and she's
And we need to speak soon about the some information we acquired.
Of course.
Hey, priest, what's your name?
My name is Priest Bydor.
Bydor? I'm Ignal.
Yes, a pleasure, I'm sure.
I've seen you out. You're out, you've been out in the square before, hanging around those hanged bodies.
He pops out a metal flask and starts casting a little spell on the flask. Why don't you bring your hands over here, dwarf?
Why?
He says, bring your hands, and he grabs onto your hands and forcefully does not move them in any way. Bring them over. I need your help lifting this body and putting it back into place.
Why didn't you ask that?
He starts pouring the flask over your left hand.
Okay.
And then pours it over your right hand, seeing that he's not being punched. And says, all right, now there, use your cleansed hands and gently place this poor soul into his coffin.
Dry my hands on my pants, and then I put the corpse back
Are
in.
those consecrated pants?
Of course.
And you help load him in. And the two of you then place the coffin back into position.
So I've seen you before. You hang out in the square with the so-called wolves, the hanged bodies.
Yes.
Do you hang those bodies yourself?
I sometimes have some help. Why?
Well, who do you capture these wolves by yourself?
No,
Who captures them?
the guards do.
And they give them to you?
Yes.
It's a weird thing for a priest to be murdering people.
I would agree, but I don't murder people. I show the vile nature of criminals and thugs and miscreants and liars.
You kill them, right?
I told you I don't kill
You
anyone.
murder them.
Why, are you some sort of friend of the wolves?
No, not even a little bit. But the last two bodies you had there, I do know a little bit something about those bodies, and I don't think they were wolves. So I'm wondering where you acquired them from.
And how did you know about these bodies?
Because I killed them.
He gets silent. I think I have to go now.
I think you're gonna stay here until our conversation is done.
I hear Captain Vanali calling for me.
I don't hear that call.
He just closes the iron door.
I was just going to step in front of it, but yeah, I close it.
So you're taking credit for our work and labeling these slavers as wolves because you can't find any wolves on your own, or why would you do such a thing?
I cannot attest to exactly their origins. I am given the criminals who are declared as innocent or guilty or whom they
Yeah, but you
belong
put
to.
nooses around dead bodies. That's not how they died. They died from my axe, his bow, their magic.
So you want barbaric credit?
No, I don't want credit at all. I want to know why you're taking credit.
I'm sure.
Why you're labeling...
I cannot answer you if you're constantly interrupting. He waits to get punched again.
Proceed.
I am certainly apologetic if these were some sort of allies of yours of some way or had some sort of meaning to you in
I just
some way.
told you we killed them. They're not our allies.
Again, with the interrupting.
You talk slow.
And you talk. Now, certain things may happen where I may not get the most accurate information, but it is still good for the people to know the trouble that is out there. And if this in any way insults and degrades and weakens this gang of wolves, then I am completely behind it. As should every loyal citizen of the kingdom.
Okay, well, I'm going to check out that square, and if next time you're out there and there's dead bodies, I'm going to have some questions for you.
Well, I welcome that, he says as he's backing towards the front door.
He backs into Idrisil,
All right.
and Idrisil just says, what do you stand to gain from displaying those bodies to the people?
I gain a populace who understand the truth of being citizens of this realm.
You strike fear in the hearts of those citizens.
Well, so does
For
he.
nothing more than what
pointing
it
to-
seems would be pleasure. We take out those who have done wrong against the innocent. You display those bodies for the innocent to see.
That sounds like an excellent arrangement to me.
So you're being compensated for this.
Monetarily, I do not need such things.
you're being compensated by influence.
You keep doing your work and I'll keep doing mine.
I show him my bow. This is the work that I do best. Would you like to sample some?
I do not care for your threats.
Hey, Priesty.
Or your threats.
Biter, do you have any more of that cleansing water? And Iggy just goes up and takes it out of his pocket.
That is my holy water. I would like that back, please.
Oh, okay. In a second. And I uncork it and drink it.
Okay.
And drain it.
All right.
And then hand it back. And drop the cork on the ground.
That was unnecessary.
I was thirsty. Killing's hard work.
He
Something you wouldn't know about.
He picks it back up. If you wouldn't mind moving aside so I could get through.
Be on your merry little way.
It just so does like a feigned, polite, like bow, almost curtsy to
All right.
him. As you please,
And he
your worship.
pulls on the gate and it creaks and he can barely get it a bit open and he just slithers in between and finally gets out and goes scurrying up the stairs quickly.
So in this town, is there like a guild district?
There is not. It's not
Okay.
that big of a town.
Where can we go to find out more about this Jor, this Jal Caban?
I'm pretty good about asking some questions.
You are.
Yeah. Maybe we can go to the mayor's office and look for archives information up there, and we can talking to the people who know the history. I just found out that the mayor's district is the oldest buildings in all of Tabonry. There could be all sorts of things up there.
It might be good to finally meet this mayor. We've heard a lot of shit talk about him.
We can ask him about the Scourgeonar Guild.
And
Or
there's,
the skeletons!
and there's the library as well, I assume. There's a library, eh?
Yeah, reading. That sounds great.
I don't think there's a library.
No library in
Not in
Tabonry?
this town.
The last time we were in a
Heathens.
library, it didn't go so well for us.
I mean, we got a gear out of it.
And with the sphere, this ball of energy, that threw books at us.
Hey, it's nice. It turned out to be all right.
He knew that we were defenders. He was a good guardian.
So let's go to the mayor's
wasn't there.
office then. Xander, lead the way.
Yeah, it's this way.
All right, it's also very late.
Oh, is it?
It was evening time.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah, because we just
So, and we were gonna meet
Reese.
at 10. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Mayor's in the morning.
Mayor's in the morning.
And head to Pegs.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys head to Peg's Tavern and you get some refreshments. You see no new messages on the Oak Post board. I can show you the old ones if you need to see them. And Peg serves you some drinks. Here's your crazy tale. He was very curious about what the alarm was. You tell him all about it. And a couple hours go by. Reese is no-show.
Jerk.
And you guys rest for the night unless you got some plans you want to do.
Nope.
And it's the next day. You refresh your abilities as such. And heal up. What's your plan? You get some breakfast in you?
Yeah, let's go. Spicy oatmeal and then the mayor.
Yeah, I think we should go to the mayor first. And then possibly we can go to a library if you want.
Yeah, let's see the mayor.
Yes.
I mean, if the mayor should see us.
All right.
We're pretty big deal.
He should see it.
It would be a horrible thing to find out that we're just some side,
yeah.
We're the side quest the whole time.
just some extras.
You guys are the ones been getting in the way.
I was expecting Gesto to be here.
Hey!
No.
Okay, you guys go to the mayor's house, which is a former fort. It is the tallest and oldest structure. It is on the southwest side of the giant plaza in the middle of town. You've seen it several times. And you walk across the plaza. You can see there are no hanging bodies hanging from the little gallows section there this morning. You walk past the spot where the apple cart used to be and look at it longingly. That was the last time you saw Killian alive. You walk across the plaza alongside a river and approach this fort. It looks old, sturdy. It could still withstand a beating, although it's in the middle of town. The whole town will go down first. That is not very attractive. It doesn't look like a pleasant mayor's place. There are still some streamers and paint on some of the walls in funny shapes from the mayor's celebration almost 2 weeks ago that are still there and have been taken down. There's a couple of guards outside that see you approach, and one kind of rises from leaning on the wall and comes over with his halberd and steps on over and says, "Good morn.
How fare you?
I fare well. What's your business here at the fort?"
Oh, I can do this. I was speaking with Vinali last night, and she was explaining to me that this is the most historical part of all of Tabonry. We have some very important questions for the mayor. We did some work regarding the attack that happened last night. We had some questions.
And who are you?
Well, I'm Xander. We're the defenders of the realm.
Do you have any kind of appointment with the mayor today?
Yes.
Make a deception roll, Xander.
That's a natural 20 for a total of 30.
Doesn't matter if it's a 20, it's a 20. He said, "Well then, yeah, come right on in." He walks through. The other guard sees you guys coming through and says to the first guard, says, "Hey, they're weapons." And the first guy says, No, they're good. And you come in to the fort. Big door is pushed open. It's like a 25-foot door, reinforced. He pushes it open, lets you come on in. There aren't many guards. There's like a ton of guards that could fill this place. You could put like 50 or 100 soldiers in here, and there's just maybe 5 or 6 guards total. And he pushes you inside. There's a courtyard. There's a couple horses. There's a carriage that looks a little too fancy. There, you hear some harp music being played in a second-story window through the courtyard, and you are taken into a door and to a dining room. There it is poorly lit. It is cold. And you can see the mayor is sitting at the table, and he is eating a bunch of overly ripe plums and drinking some really thick-looking wine. And he appears to be a little trying to recover maybe from the last night's previous activities. And he's all alone. And he just kind of just chomping, just going, You've seen him before. He, at a distance when he was doing his celebration, and he is humanish, portly, and dressed nicely, but not well. So it's nice clothes that are totally not well kept and just hanging off of him. It's got like some cool little, was it tricorn hat?
Tricorn hat,
like?
yeah.
It's got like something like that, but it's hanging off at his side with a purple feather sticking out of it. And he looks up and he says, "What's the intrusion?" And the guard says, "These defenders of the realm, as they are known, say they have an appointment." "Is that so? Well, pull up a chair. What are we talking about? Trade? I assume it's trade."
Thank you, yes. Not quite so much trade, but Xander sits right next to him.
Okay.
Like next to him.
He puts a little thin tin-looking plate of grapes, slides it over to you.
Thank you.
It's very cold in here as well. There's a Denmark Hamlet kind of quietness to the place.
We're here because there was a major attack on the town last night.
Oh, was there?
They were undead.
Ah.
And they were trying to uncover a body of a very old church of a man called Jel Kaban. He
That sounds delicious.
was an artisan of the Ironwater front, and the reason we're here.
Can I get some gel kabans in here? You hear a cook say, "Yeah, maybe. Hold on."
We need to see the archives.
For what?
We need to understand the history of Tabonry so that we can keep you safe. We're here to defend it, and you, Mayor, are under attack.
From undead?
Yes.
Doesn't look like it.
Not right now. They're before.
Not so loud. Not
Sorry.
so loud.
That's all I know. Yes. You were under attack last night.
Oh, you're so loud. So loud and so very annoying.
Mayor, this is Xander. I am Igno. Idrisel. Sildren. What's your name?
My name is Lormic. Mayor Lormic, if you please.
Nice to meet you. How long have you been mayor?
We could just kill this guy. It would not be that hard.
For a decade, I'd say.
You've been reelected that many times, huh? That was it. I just wanted to get his name.
Reelected? Idrisil is kind of leaning back in a chair on the opposite side of him.
Okay.
Mayor Lormic, you know Captain Vanali, yes?
Yeah, yes.
Captain Vanali sent us here this morning, quite early. I'm sorry for the earliness of the hour. Captain Vanali sent us here because there was an attack last night at the southeastern gate.
I've heard about that.
And we just want to know if you had anyone come to your door in between last night and now to warn you. I know we've told you already that you're under attack. We just need to know if you had a name given to you by one of your guards, or someone told you from where the attack was coming, if you knew of the attack.
No, I just heard about the attack just this morning.
From me!
That's right, yes. The loud one. No, I didn't have anyone come to attack me last night, unless you count that beautiful lady last night. But she's long gone.
Long gone?
Long gone.
What do you know of the Scourgeonar Guild?
The Scourgeonar Guild.
I know it's early. Take your time.
I can't say I've heard of such a place.
Where are the town records kept? And can you grant us access?
What kind of information do you need?
We're looking for the Scourgeonar Guild. We're looking for a man who died some time ago named Jal Kaban.
Make a diplomacy roll.
Keep getting myself in this.
Xander.
You just had to speak up.
You started it, and actually, Iggy, make it first to aid him. See if you can help out.
4.
Hey,
Make a
-1.
diplomacy roll, Xander,
critical
with
roll?
a -2.
Thanks, Iggy.
Anytime.
With a -2, that's 18.
18. He says, I can grant you access to some limited information.
It's 20. Sorry.
You're specifically looking about a Scourgy Guild?
Yes, Scourgeonar.
All right. I'll see about that. And he claps his hands and brings in a attendant who comes in, who's much more lively and has some paper that has numbers and writing on it. And he says, "Oh, you're ready for some of the taxes and some of the auditing." He says, "No."
Great, thank you. We'll take it from here. Thank you so much. Let's all go. And then like Sildren jumps up, takes the attendant, and kind of gets everybody out from the mayor's view.
Don't eat too many of those plums, Mayor.
Xander snags one on the way out.
And the attendant guy says, "What's going on?"
Well, the mayor wanted you to help us with gathering some information. He said that we are your highest priority. As you could tell.
Make a deception roll +2.
Was a 6. That's my deception.
Add all the deception. Lots of deception.
Is
like Xander
plus
would do.
0. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use my last hero
Children is
point.
not a good liar. He's too honest and forthcoming.
Ooh.
18.
He says, yeah, of course, yes. How can I?
Ask Xander.
Yeah.
Right. Hi. So we're looking into the history of Tabonry. Specifically, we're looking about the Scourge in our guild, as well as information about the Ironwater Fort or Jen the Seer, who I believe was a famous character here.
Chow, come on.
Character here?
I believe so. Someone very special.
My character tab versus the monster tab? What are you talking about?
He is a creature.
Okay, come this way. Let's see what I can find. And he takes you downstairs to the dungeon. And the dungeon has lots of cells with iron bars in front of them, and jammed in there are tons of little cubby bookcases, jam-packed with scrolls upon scrolls upon scrolls. And he starts going through these different scrolls and is looking and says, let's see, no, nothing about, no. And he says, this is going to take some time. Did you want to go upstairs and get something to eat or a refreshment?
Well, you look like you're a busy man.
We'll stand uncomfortably close to you.
we can handle it from here.
He says, no. I can't have outsiders looking through the details.
I have a question for you. Are there other historians in town that we can speak with, or people around who have generations here?
I think that your best, most knowledgeable source of information is a former adventurer in town. Goes by the name Norgin.
Norgin, that's Peg!
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Norgin's got a Peg. Anyway, it's fine. I think I know him.
Did you want me to talk to you or look at these scrolls?
You do what you gotta do.
All right. And he starts diving more into the scrolls.
Also, we're hardly outsiders. We saved the town last night.
Oh, how's that?
Your town was attacked by skeletons, giant skeletons.
Was it? We didn't hear anything about that.
Did you think that was a lunch bell ringing last night?
I didn't hear a bell.
It was some kind of alarm that summoned everyone to the southeast gate.
Again, I'm talking, which is fine, instead of scrolling. I need to scroll or talk.
You can't scroll and talk.
I cannot scroll and talk. I'll scroll.
We're gonna let you get to this. We'll come back at lunch to find out what you have.
Yes, that'd be great.
Xander heads up as though he were in charge.
All right.
Can we get a note or something? Says we can
A hall
come back
pass?
in?
Yeah, be back in.
Like, that says we can come back in because
He
I don't
has
know
no
we can
note to
repeat
give
these
you.
rolls.
Xander will go to the guards that were at the front originally.
All right, you go out the giant double doors outside of the fort itself, and you're next to the guard number 1.
All right. We will return at lunchtime to gather the information that was being picked for us by the mayor's assistant. He's downstairs in the archives. Again, I am Xander, defender of the realm.
Make a diplomacy roll +2.
Ooh, that's not very diplomatic. That was a 3.
Ooh,
So with my diplomacy, it's 13.
13.
But he said +2.
15.
He says, all right, we'll see you then.
See you then.
Okay. You guys go off, you screw around for a bit and come back at lunchtime?
Are we going to Norgin?
Yeah, let's go talk to Norgin.
Yes. So Xander wants to go to Peg's, but really starts wanting to just actually talk with people, like really get conversations going about who's what's where. Really using his hobnobbing.
So he's gonna accost
so-
random people.
So Xander's a hobnobber, right? So he gathers information. It takes him about an hour to just gather information in general. And he's also a bit of a lore hound. He likes to absorb information as much as possible, like alcohol and Azimir and some other things. So right now, this is his gnome obsession, as they do. He wants to find out the Tabonry history and find out this guild.
He's like my parents after church. He has to talk to every person on the way out the door. Like, oh, hi, good to see you.
Have you seen Justo? I miss him.
All right, you spend some time chatting with every different little person and store owner you can on the way towards Peg's. It takes you an hour to gather this information. Xander, I need you to make a roll. The roll is clearly going to be
Society.
Let's do society.
Society roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, dang, that's a natural 1. That's a good use for that hero point.
Good thing you didn't use it a minute ago.
Good thing I didn't use it a second ago. Yeah. So now it's instead a 24.
24. You are able to find out that some people have heard of the name of that guild, Skordrenar, and they don't know much about it other than it was in this region a long time ago, and the guild has not existed since the town was formally established more than a century ago.
Super helpful.
Yeah.
Neat.
Other than that, they don't know any name of Jen the Seer or the guy's name.
Jalcaban.
Jalcaban. I keep forgetting the last part. Yeah. And you guys were going to Pegs?
Yeah.
You're back at Pegs. I'm serving you guys a lot of drinks.
Yep.
Getting there.
Hey, Peg. You ever heard of the Skordrenar Guild?
I think you mean Skordrenar.
Yes, I do.
Nope,
So
never
you
heard.
have her.
I have indeed, yes. What makes you bring up that name? I haven't heard that in a long
Well,
time.
you heard the alarm last night, I take it?
Yep.
So we were there, a bunch of skeletons, bunch of undead broke into the southeast gates. One of the gates.
Okay.
And we took them down, but not before their leader or some guy broke open a coffin of a Jalcaban. You ever heard that name?
No.
But in the inscription on his coffin, said that he was a member of the Skordrenar Guild. He was a lower artisan of the Iron Water Fort.
Father,
What
Jen
about
Seer,
Jen the Seer?
and a friend to all.
Oh, I know Jen the whore from a couple years ago.
Don't we all?
her. I did like to see her though.
So what do you know about you haven't heard about it for a while, but what do you know about that guild?
If I remember correctly, in my old adventuring days, we ran into some ruins of the guild far away in the Ironlands, far, far on the east side of Varen. They were some sort of gathering of men and women focused long ago. I'm talking about the Chiloran sovereignty age, long ago. And I don't know what their purpose was, what their function was. We were exploring some ruins, trying to hunt down some sort of harpies at the time. I just remember the guild's symbol was that of a star, and that's all I recall.
With a sword through it?
No, a star.
With a sword
Did this-
through it?
Did this guild work with magic at all? Do you know?
I don't know. I would guess probably.
I only asked because the leader of the skeletons that we were fighting last night had some type of blue energy in his hand. It seemed as if they got it from the temple.
I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, they've got ruins in Ironlands. That means it's a long time in the middle of nowhere, as far as we know. You got to have either good soldiers to protect that tower or magic.
In your travels, did you ever come across those capable of teleportation? Or perhaps invisibility?
Yeah. I've had an invisibility potion. I might even have an invisibility potion hidden somewhere. I just can't find it. Don't put your invisibility potion in the clear vial. That's my tip for the day.
to Jesto, haven't you?
He's giving me some material to work on. You guys scan the room nervously and then return back to the conversation.
Wait for the jingle.
Don't say his name 3 times.
The jester who shall not be named.
Peg, you just mentioned a star. Iggy was telling me that there's a tower far north of here that had a star with a sword on the side of
I think
it.
it was a star.
What was it?
It was a heart.
Really?
It was a star with a sword.
Iggy checks his scratch paper with notes on it.
Star.
It was a star.
You're right. Shit.
Heart.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry I interrupted you.
No, it's okay.
It's not a cheesy tattoo.
There's supposed to be some
Says
sort
mom
of a
on
tower.
the tower.
rolls up his sleeve.
I was just going to say, hopefully nobody has that tattoo.
There's a tower up north that had a star on it with a sword through it.
Uh-huh.
Do you know anything about that?
Nope.
This was great.
Why are you so interested in this old group?
All the skeletons broke in to get to this body. When I encountered them down in the crypt, there were an entire half circle of them around this body of Jalkaban on the floor, and this sorcerer, the guy who was in charge, was holding a blue sphere over them. I roasted them with fire, but he got away. I'm trying to figure out who he is, where he's from, and how this undead skeletons got here. We're defenders of the realm.
Don't take it
We
out
need to
on
defend
me.
it.
I don't...
Just defender of the realm things.
All right. I don't have anything to tell you other than that. I don't know why you'd be interested in this. It's like asking, what's the name of that boulder on that hill? It's old. It's forgotten.
What's the name of that boulder on that hill?
Yeah, I'm
Lenny,
curious now.
Don't stare at Lenny. Don't touch the littler boulder next to Lenny.
Mr. Hobnobber?
Well, this is frustrating.
Thank you for lunch.
Yeah, well, it ain't free.
Here's
Easy to pay.
Here you go.
Why does everyone point at Iggy?
Well, we
free
did
with-
discover
free with the money.
earlier that they had like
all the
7
money.
gold between them, and I'm sitting over here with more than that.
All right. Fair enough.
All right, I guess we're going to go back to the mayor's place.
I mean, they're not gonna have shit if that guild was before the town is even a town.
Yeah,
I mean, go
probably
back,
not. I
but-
mean, I think we should at least. And that mayor seems like he would be awful easy just to
Yeah, but why?
because he's a bad dude.
Well, yeah,
No,
there's
no. I
lots
mean,
of
he's
bad
just,
dudes.
he's apathetic. He's
That
not
priest
evil.
is a piece of
Oh,
shit as well.
Yeah.
With what?
That priest is a piece of shit as well.
Well, yeah. So the priest is more evil than the mayor, but they're not really evil. They're just shitty people. It's kind of the thing.
Well, the mayor's supposedly in with this whole slaver guild thing.
for like greed, not out of like wanting a slave or any. He's just
Are we sure?
no. But his drunken demeanor kind of gave him away a little bit.
I mean, I think the priest is just at least believing in what he believes.
With some toss a coin to your witcher involved. There's some influence in that priest.
Maybe.
They're influencing him to do that for something.
All right.
To distract
You know what?
the people.
Kill them all at Carrot Hall.
Um,
Oh, look, we're here.
Yes. Thank you.
It's much faster when I'm not talking with everyone the whole way. Weird.
Let's go see what the mayor's assistant found for us. We never got his name.
Yeah, guy.
You go back and you are let in by the guard. You are taken downstairs to the dungeon. There you meet Guy, and he chats with you for a bit and has no additional information to pass along. I'm sorry, I've looked. I see nothing about any of these things you're interested in.
Sildren, as you will,
What?
and I walk away.
A bird comes flying in like a
Lightning and
No, not just yet. This is just a little too conspicuous. But all right. I think we're done here then.
I've got one more question. I don't know if you came across this. I'm looking for anything with a symbol of a star or a sword or a star and a sword.
Yeah, I did see that.
Can I see that?
Yes. And he goes over to another section of the dungeon you never even saw, where the cells are piled with books. And he takes the scroll out and tries to figure out which one it is and lifts off 10 books, puts them down, and gets the 11th book down from the top, takes that one off, opens it up, and starts paging through. He said, there was something in here. Yes. And he just shows you a picture of a tower. And it's a little map. There's a picture of this pristine, beautiful little tower. It is, it has a symbol of a star with a sword piercing down from above. And it has a offset map to the side that has a much smaller looking location that's labeled Tabonry than what you're familiar with. And then to the northeast along the river towards Edlin Home is a dot. And then that dot has an arrow that points to the blown out illustration of the tower. He says, there's nothing here. And he goes to the text in the back and the front. There's nothing to do with it.
This thing of the tower, is there detailed information about like the interior of the tower, or just like the tower plus those points, 2 points of interest?
Well, there's this one, and he flips through a couple more pages, and this is all dealing with some sort of marriage ceremony, but then here's another drawing that looks to be the same artist as the previous one, and it shows a floor plan type thing that looks kind of circular. And then it goes, has other sections, and it looks like there's a deep section below the tower.
And as the mayor mentioned, we were authorized to take this book out. And I will be taking that now.
Maybe let Xander...
Make a deception roll, Sildren.
Still a +0.
That's true.
12?
12. He says, oh no, these books cannot leave. That's the one rule. They cannot leave their cells.
Of course not. What was I thinking?
Takes the book back and stacks 10 more books on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Says, well, if that's everything.
You have been more than helpful, guy. Thank you so much. Did you have anything else that you think we needed to know?
Yeah. It's a hard life being an administrator for a mayor who doesn't pay very well.
I was expecting that. Yeah, Iggy.
They avoided Iggy.
Guy,
Hard life.
you've done well for us today. Take this. And I put a gold piece in his hand.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, thank you.
Yes. Now run along.
Hey, guy. I know that book's supposed to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
But you also know that we're defenders of the realm, protecting Tabonry as well as all of Navarre. We're going to need to borrow that book for one whole day and then bring it back to you. We'll just take it upstairs, all right?
He says, like I told your friend, I can't
You
let
hang
him
on to
out.
that gold piece. You just hold on to that for a little bit. We'll be right back with this.
Now, if I got found out, it would be a 3 gold piece fine to me if I let a book out.
Sounds terrible. We definitely don't want to do that, Iggy.
I'd like to try to steal it.
Okay, it's in a cell that you would have to make a very hard stealth roll to get to, and you'd have to carefully lift up 10 bucks and take it out, and then carefully put them back. It's very, very hard to do.
Push him along. So, and I bring out 3 gold.
Okay.
You're saying this would be your fine if somebody found out that we borrowed the book?
Yeah, the mayor finds me all the time for the stupidest of things.
Okay. Well, if I give you these 3 gold pieces, will you give us a few moments alone down here?
No, but I could loan you the book. I just need someone to sign here.
Okay.
Where's
We'll get the
Augie
book.
to sign for
I
this?
know, right?
Go get the book.
All right. Hold on. And he gets a piece of paper and gets some ink on it and tries to put some sort of contract together because no one's ever taken a book out before, and hands the paper to you, Ignal.
And I write real badly.
Which is normal for you.
Killian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You put Killian Fennel's name, Wayfarer of Carahel.
Wow.
Care of Temple of Carahel, Edmund Home, P.O. Box 063.
Yep.
Okay. And he takes the 3 gold and hands the book over to you.
Okay. We will be on our way.
Look at Killian, still helping out the group.
Hey, was that a Jix?
Thank you, Guy. You've been very helpful.
You guys head out of the fort.
Who wants this?
Me?
Here you are.
Ooh, it's big.
And we're not bringing this back.
Okay. So find a good place to read it.
Yeah. Let's
Spend some
start.
time with it, or follow it as we go.
Yeah, I think we need to pretty soon be heading towards this place.
This picture makes it look really far away.
A lot of
Threads.
stuff.
Yeah, but this is...
We got to tell Vinali about what we found, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because she hired us. Remember that? That's how
yeah.
we started. Got to follow up with her.
Okay,
Maybe
so
catch up with the wolves if we can.
Where did Reese go?
he left.
We have no idea.
We gotta find.
He's gone.
But Xander will keep the book. He'll keep it in the bag,
Okay.
and when there's a good time, he'll go through the information.
What other threads are we?
Well, finale.
Okay. Yeah, so let's talk to Vinali. And then let's head out.
Okay.
So we'll go talk to Vinali.
Okay, you go and find Vinali. She is not far away across this plaza in a guard tower. You get the guard to get her. She comes out. She says, "Oh, thank the gods you're here. Look, I hope you can make some sort of progress soon. I've got bad news. Another one of my guards was found dead last night."
It was...
It wasn't Rathos, was it? No,
Yes.
it was. We know it was Rathos.
Yeah.
You know this.
Let's take a walk.
She comes with you with a curious look on her face.
Did you guys kill that guy?
No, wasn't us.
What is this information? How do you know this?
You want me to tell?
Kind of.
Idrisil kind of takes charge on this one. Vinali, what do you know about the wolves? And be honest with us.
I know that they have caused us a hell of a lot of trouble. A lot of stealing and a lot of chaos and disruption when they can. We thought there was going to be a lot of disruption at our big celebration a couple weeks ago. Thankfully, that didn't happen. We were able to capture several of the culprits ahead of time. You may have seen them swinging in the wind. You think they had something to do with this? That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
I bring it up because I wonder if every guard you've noticed that has gone missing or been found dead, if there's some kind of connection between all of them, the ones that were taken by the wolves, into some of their misdeeds. Now, I only say that because we ran into some trouble last night with a wolf ourselves.
You met one of them.
We did indeed, and
Keep your distance.
well, I would warn you the same of some of your guard.
You don't have to warn me. I know that very well. Particularly that gate last night. I was sad to hear I've lost some men. I was sad to hear we lost some people. But if I had to lose any guards, I was certainly glad it was them.
Well,
Why were you glad it was them?
I've known that I've got some challenging guards that may not... They'll follow my orders, but they may have some other plans of their own. And those guards in particular, I've heard some rumors about.
And it appears that Rathos and the 2 other guards who had died were tied in with the slavers. And it is our suspicion that that is why they were killed and targeted.
Not just our suspicion, but the suspicion of the wolf that we talked to. He said that they were under the pay of Theorn.
She pulls you close and says, look, you can't just be saying that you're talking to these people. There are a few allies of the Senate that are in town. Heck, there was a week ago one of the Senate members himself in town with soldiers. They will take any effort, any physical means necessary to eradicate these wolves. And
Why we're going on this nice quiet private walk with you.
No, but this one is so loud and so annoying.
Why does everyone say that? Everyone's nodding. They're just like nodding along.
Yeah.
Well.
I wish I could. No, can't really.
We fear that the Senate may not be fully representing all of the people all of the time. This is the position of some of the wolves.
What have you been listening to? I can't be hearing this from you. I serve the mayor. The mayor serves the Senate.
We try to provide an unbiased look on your city while we defend all of the people that need
Don't
defending.
do that. I need a biased view. I can't be hearing this.
Vanelli, do you really serve the mayor or do you serve the town? Do you serve the people?
It's a tight spot that I don't have a comfortable answer to give you.
You may have to make a choice at some point on who you really serve.
I want to ask you why, but I am not going to ask you why.
For now,
I've got to get back to this tower for some reason or other. Can we wrap this conversation up? She says very uncomfortably.
I think we've
You need anything
conveyed
from
the
me?
information we have.
Xander raises his little teeny hand as high as
Shakes her
possible.
head.
We incurred some expenses last night. I am so sorry about your guards, but we did find the information for you, and I'm a little light on my supplies.
There is the issue of some payment.
Vanali, would it be at all conceivable to grant us a small token of appreciation for the work we've done so far?
God damn it. She said, come here. She goes back to the guardhouse. You are kept outside of it. There is an old guard there just kind of looking at you uncomfortably, very close.
Frank, good to see you.
Yes, and after a while, she comes back out and puts a small pouch in Idrisil's hand and says, that's for helping out last night, keeping the southeast gate safe. There's an equal amount of that if you can bring me the man who has slain our people, she says, nodding towards the guard behind her.
We'll keep our eyes open. We'll see what we can come up with.
Well, good luck.
And we just head away.
Yeah.
All right.
We're meeting back up with Iggy.
Oh, I was with you.
Where to?
What's in the
Going
sack?
to the... We'll figure out what's in the sack later.
Let's take a look
No,
at the sack now.
I empty the sack into
There's
my hand.
15 gold inside.
Divide them amongst us. 3 of us.
Is something in your throat, Frank?
Yes, I believe I paid out some gold earlier.
I hand 5 to Xander. I hand 5 to Sildren. I hand 2 to Iggy, and I keep 3 for myself.
All right.
Xander will hand 2 of his gold over to Iggy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, I can do math, guys. When it's subtraction, I'm okay.
When it's money, it's okay.
Well, you
Not
gave the
really.
least amount to the guy who paid money out.
Yeah, but I need money, so I need to...
Right, but you gave more to the 2 people that didn't and less to the guy who's actually been paying for a bunch
It's
of
not
stuff.
my choice what you do with your money. I divide it evenly, and then we give.
I'm giving all future payment to Idris.
I mean,
Let him put the wedge between the group.
Got no problem talking about it. You get what you get, and we're going to be happy with it, goddammit. In fact, give me one more of those coins. I'll take one away.
no, it's mine now.
Blanche might have something to say about it. So,
Yeah, I think we need to go to the sword and the
What if there's more undead tonight?
yeah, that's true.
well, I mean, do we just stay here every night for the rest of our lives?
Yeah, with the defenders of Edlin home, not Tabonry.
If we go to that tower, we should also check out that rumor we heard about the zombies.
We heard a rumor about zombies.
Oh my god. On the toadies.
Check those notes.
We're
Right.
staying away from the river.
Right.
Staying away from going north.
Yeah, that's the
By
same. By the sword and that's the same place.
maybe.
I assume it, presumably. We could
Xander?
go talk to the toadies about it and see if they can get us up north.
There's a light bulb apparently appearing over.
Yes, Xander just kind of takes off from the conversation and starts going back to the people that he was talking to earlier. So if you recall, he was hobnobbing, right?
Oh,
he,
yes,
he was
yes.
going through, trying to gather information.
Yes.
He's literally gonna go back in, same path, same people, and go back around and is like, what do you know about the wolves? And every time he says the wolves, he's gonna be doing the eyebrow and like a wink thing.
It's going to be
The
hoping for an
wolves.
intimidation roll.
We're here looking for information. What do you know about the wolves?
He's squinting surreptitiously. Make a diplomacy roll.
28?
Goes up to a little baby in a carriage. What do you know about?
The wolves.
You talk to several people. This takes another hour of time, by the way. It's around noon. You talk to several people. Yes?
While he's doing that, I'm doing something
Okay.
else.
During those conversations, about half of the people don't want, a quarter of the people don't want to talk about them. No. Get out of here. Another quarter are pissed off at them. They're good for nothing. The wolves are thieves that are going to be filling the void that those criminals in the north that just got taken out left behind. There's a couple of another 30-40% or so that are kind of thankful. Well, I heard a story where they saved someone who was about to be taken to the town, and there was a mother and a daughter who were going to be taken as slaves, and they came and helped defeat them with some knight out on the road. And they're pretty good dudes, and they don't like seeing them swinging in the wind. And there is one old guy, a fisherman who's on the river that cuts through Tabonry, that says a little bit more. In his conversation, he says some of the same things, and then halfway through the conversation, he says, "Yeah, the den of wolves have returned, and I'm very grateful for it. You should too. You should too."
Yes, I agree. I should too. I sure wish I could thank them in person tonight around 6 p.m.
It's 5:45 right now.
It's oddly specific.
He says, "Well, I wish you luck."
I'm going to be over at Peg's Tavern around 6 p.m. if you happen to know where I could say thank you.
I don't know where you could say thank you. They're like the breeze and the wind. You can't grab a hold of them, but they are an unstoppable force that will come and keep us safe from the bureaucracy and the greed and the lies of the city of Mirskan, and they will bring back the old gray wolf again, and we will have glory once more in our kingdom with a K.
Cheers to a kingdom with a K. I don't have anything to drink, but I'll get one. And then we'll cheers around 6 p.m. at Peg's.
And you leave.
I think I found someone.
I'm not there.
What's your plan, guys? 6 p.m.?
Oh, I said I was doing something
Yes.
else. I'm going to go talk to the toadies
All right.
and see if I can book passage to that place.
Up north?
Yeah.
They will do so, but they charge triple rate to get you close to it, and so that's going to be 3 silver a person.
Okay.
And that's still, they're going to drop you off maybe 200 yards away from it.
Yeah.
I'll pull up next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long would it take us to walk there?
It would take you a day and a half.
Gross.
Oh, it's like 12. It's like 12 silver. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I'm just figuring
we
out.
got
I mean,
money bags over here who can pay for it.
Yeah.
I think he's going to volunteer to pay for it even.
Hey, oh, well,
Yeah.
good to know.
Uh-huh.
Good to know.
Thanks, Idrisil.
His ears start tweaking, wondering where Xander and Sildren both went, sitting there.
Okay. And children will come back and we have passage available to the tower through the toadies for a total of 12 silver. Looking at Idrisil. Meaningfully.
That's great. You have your own money. We each pay the man 3 silver.
Nope, I think you're paying for everybody.
I'll pay for you, big boy.
Nope, you're paying for everybody, sir.
They can swim.
Nope, you're paying for everyone.
They
You
can.
just boned us on
Swim.
your poor math skills, and I think you'll be paying passage for everyone.
I don't argue with dwarves.
I do. They can swim. And I'm prepared to roll for it.
Oh, arm wrestling. I love this part. Where's Jesto? Jesto, come watch this.
No. I like grab Xander and put my hand over
All
his
right.
mouth and drag him out to the toadies.
It is past 6 o'clock. There has been no one looking for you, Xander.
Well, let's.
I thought something would work out. When is it going to be dark?
Soon?
Soon, right? You guys, we should be prepared. If those undead start showing up again, we need to make sure that we're defending the right place.
Did you say prayed?
I think they got what they wanted. They haven't attacked before, but me and my axe will be prepared if they come back.
Understanding it's dark and don't know what the light is like internally, Xander's going to try to read as much of that book as he possibly can to get information about the shiny tower
Okay.
with the sword and star.
You read the book. You read as much as you can. The book has nothing to do with it, it seems. It has to do with the life and times of people that are long since dead, and so married this, and they had a marriage, and this much money was donated, and blah, blah, blah. So you have a lot of specific lore about a lot of people that are very irrelevant. But man, if it comes up, you're loaded and ready to go.
So excited!
It's the next day then?
But no floor plans in there?
I described there was earlier, and there was pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's floor plans for the tower in there.
Right.
But the book has nothing to do with what the floor plans are. Right? As I understand correctly,
Yep,
like the
it's
text doesn't match.
That doesn't relate to it at all. And then you've got the picture of that map thing I showed. Then you've got more text that deals with some sort of new prison system and things that's of mayors and things that are long since gone. And then it has some of those rough floor plans and then just more text. So yeah, it's very dry reading.
Okay.
It's fascinating. Did you know?
Next day. Yes. Iggy.
No, I was.
Oh, all right.
Think yes.
Let's
Shut up, Xander. Shut up, Xander.
go visit the toadies and get passage to the tower.
You guys are at the Toadies. They are the half-elves that run the barges up and down the Key River. They can take you to the big city of Mirskan or up north towards Edlin Home. And you guys are taking passage up north.
I try and negotiate them down to a single gold piece.
No, you already made the deal. It was 3 silver each. Paying up?
Okay, Idrisil, you pay book passage for us.
I'm going to pay my 3 silver.
Yep, I give him 6 silver.
You're not going to take care of Xander?
I gave Xander his money.
Yeah, you gave Sildren and myself less. I think you owe this, and you owe passage for everyone.
I divided 15 by 3, and then I gave you some of mine.
But why wouldn't you divide it by 4?
Because it doesn't divide evenly.
So we save some for later.
My head hurts.
Your math skills are not very good.
It worked out just fine.
Xander, you're the only one who hasn't paid passage then.
I don't want to be left behind.
You're not going to be left behind. And I give him 3 silver.
Okay. Xander, you have been paid for. Everyone boards the barge. They get out some big long poles and start slowly making their way up.
And I push Idrisil into the water.
Idrisil, make a reflex saving throw.
Well, I have a disrupt prey.
No, reflex saving throw.
Whoop, reroll. That's a 24.
24.
You get pushed in.
You push him. He gets a foot wet, but is able to stop from getting completely in the water.
Okay.
And the barge is pushed up the Key River.
Boys, let's not fight. We have bigger things to worry over.
That's true.
Over some coin of all things.
Or disrespect. You could look at it that way.
It was really weird math, but but let's go.
All right. Sildren sits between the two of you most of the trip up. You guys left in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Then it is dark nighttime around 8 p.m. when you guys...
Perfect. Just where you want to be at the creepy undead tower.
Just as you arrive, they stop about 200 yards away and pull up alongside the bank. There's like 3 of these half-elves that are there. They're very cautious. They don't see anything moving out along there's a road that goes alongside. They don't see anything. They're like, yeah, I was here. I was here a couple days ago. Good luck.
Here.
Hey, Sildren. I know my place is a dwarf. Ask him about the zombies.
Yeah. What have you seen in this area?
And one of the other guys from the back says, I saw a bunch of walking corpses up and down here, right around this tower, like a dozen of them, maybe 20 of them.
Is that why you're not coming up normally?
Yeah. We don't have weapons like this. We've got knives and some couple swords. You've got spells and magic and shiny things.
True. This is true.
So we're going. Good luck.
Farewell.
And they push off. You guys are left alone in the dark. You can see ahead is the road that heads north. You know, if you travel down that another day and a half, you would be back at your dear Edlin home. But much more importantly, just a couple hundred yards ahead is this old tower that is made of stone. It is overgrown with lots of bushes, and that's where you guys are heading.
Any sign of zombies?
Make a perception roll.
Scary.
A natural 20.
Whoa, nice.
Thousands of zombies surround you.
With a natural 20, you see absolutely no zombies or skeletons or undead of any kind and are confident you are safe to approach.
Okay.
The tower?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, right? That's why we're
yeah,
here.
that or...
We didn't get dressed up for nothing.
Hey,
Did I put my dress back on?
right. I mean, that or wait till the morning, but that's fine. Let's attack the tower at night.
That's the spirit! Defenders of the realm!
Quiet.
You quietly approach the tower. It seems to be slightly off kilter, like it's sagged in some sort of section of the soil. There's some fallen stone around it. There are brambly bushes that have grown around it. It's very close to the edge of the water. Cut in the middle section of the tower is a symbol. It is a star with a sword piercing down through the top. As you get very close, who's up front?
Ignal.
Ignal, you see there is a crude wooden sign with crude painting out on it that's just out front of the door that reads, "Beware dead inside or you be one." Ignoring the warning, Iggy continues on, and you see there is an opening in the tower, and it is dark. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Full dark vision. Who has light vision in the group?
I have a low light vision.
Low light.
Low light.
So what kind of light are you guys going to have to see inside there?
Do we need a light?
You do. Low light amplifies.
Okay.
I have a torch.
Nope.
I guess I don't.
Children will pull a small stone out from a bag that he's had, and there's a little bracelet that he's been wearing, and he pops that in the bracelet,
Okay.
and light shines forth from it.
Oh,
Fancy.
all right. You step inside Ignal and can see you are in a circular room that is littered with stone rubble. The ceiling appears to have been heavily damaged. It's very uneven footing, and as you step in, you point out some weak spots that slip, and you almost twist your ankle so the next person doesn't kill themselves on it. You have your weapons drawn, you're ready. Any preemptive magic or spells or anything? You guys ready to go? Good to go? Sounds like you're good.
My axe is out.
All right. And there's a bird on your shoulder, Sildren, yes?
Mhm.
All right.
So Xander's probably prepped for the burning hands. Just always,
Okay.
right? It just always just a little itchy.
Okay.
And I'm close to Iggy, like within touching distance.
All right. You make sure you're within touching. You pat him on the back like some sort of SWAT team, like I'm right behind you. That thing. And then you pat another creature on the right side that is a skeleton right there that Iggy, you have walked right past. And you look around, and there in this circular room, and it's about 10, 20, 30, it's about 40 to 50 feet in diameter. There are 8 skeletons in a rough circle around that all start to move out from the sides of from the sides of this room and close in on your group. So you've got like a circle, and you guys are all at the entrance, just coming into the bottom of the circle. What would you like to do? Actually, I'm going to say Xander. What would you like to do? You just said you had burning hands always.
I sure do. And as soon as I see the skeletons moving, that's exactly what he's going to do is blast out of the skeletons.
All right, roll your damage, and it's a reflex saving throw, right?
Reflex saving throw.
Okay, fire comes shooting out from Xander's hand.
Yeah! That is a 5 and 6. It's 11 plus 2. That's 13.
13, and you immediately decimate half of those skeletons on the left-hand side, and they go blasted away through the flame and raw air impact, and they crumple in flaming heap. What else would you guys like to do other than Xander?
I'll charge at 2 of them and swipe
Okay.
Sure.
with a natural 20.
Whoa!
Nice.
18 points of damage to both of
18
them.
points of damage. You destroy both of those. Another one comes up. You kick its midsection. Its head pops off, and you grab onto its head and make a little puppet little show for a brief second, mocking its death. There is one left.
I'll swing at it.
Nope, that's someone else.
Okay. Sildren will disrupt undead on it.
Okay, go for it.
And if it does not make a saving throw of, I don't know
17.
what, then it took 9 points of damage.
And you destroy it as well, and all of those skeletons are gone. And it is silent in this room.
That was too easy.
Yeah.
Xander will detect magic.
Detecting magic, Xander detects magic, and within half a nanosecond, it's like, yep, there's magic.
All over.
Anything else? Like what? Anything else of note in the room?
There's
going around.
just rubble. There's yes, there is actually. Hold on, stand by. There are. Now make a perception roll. You see one, possibly two things of note.
A 28.
Jeez.
Maybe 3
Nice.
things.
Jeez. They're hidden in the rubble, partially covered, is a set of stairs that go up into the tower proper. You got a 28.
Mm-hmm.
You see there is an arrow that you point out to Idrisil, don't leave your arrows that you shoot. And you realize he didn't shoot yet. And it looks to be a fine quality arrow laying on the ground, again, almost covered by the rubble. And then you notice that the one skeleton that was destroyed by Sildren with the Disrupt Undead has some nice looking leather armor on.
Ooh.
as
Fancy.
I pick up that arrow
well. Okay.
and inspect it.
All right. You don't know what to make of it. You will need to spend some time with it, 10 minutes or so.
I'll just stow it away for now.
All right.
Yeah, can we
while we're like
stow the leather as well?
Are you interested in it?
Yeah. I mean, I wear leather armor.
shuffle it all up.
It would add at least 3 bulk when you carry armor. I think it's 3 or maybe even 4 bulk. It's a lot.
Is the leather armor in good condition, I guess?
Yes.
Could I just switch out the leather armor I'm wearing? Or
You can.
I can carry it.
For a skeleton's armor.
You can't. You would gain no benefit
Right.
from it. But yeah, that's how
I
you could
can-
hold it.
I mean,
or
I can just stow it away.
yeah, or if Iggy can stow it, that would be great.
You got the mask to hold
Yes.
it. All right.
Okay.
He's just this giant pack rat thing with big
Yeah.
bags hanging off like some sort of backwater Indian truck in the middle of nowhere. What do you want to do?
As soon as I see Iggy pointing out the stairs, I head in that direction.
So stairs up, nothing going down.
Correct.
Even though the book we saw the floor plans, there was something
Right. That's.
below.
I was gonna say that's what Xander's gonna start looking for, is remembering what he saw in the book
we
and the
saw
floor
that
plan.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dark, right? Like other than his light, like we could probably look at it in the room. Actually, you know what? Xander will go ahead and pull out the book
All right.
because the words just don't make sense. You want to see if there's anything that happens when the book's in here.
Good idea. You look, the words are still the same unnecessary drivel that has no relevance. The book shows a larger size room with a circle in it and 2 sets of stairs. And you don't see anything like that here.
And I'm sorry, that wasn't a bracelet; it was a watch.
Okay.
That I put that in.
Watch.
Like a pocket watch.
Let's go up.
That seems to be our only option.
Okay.
You head up. You are in a 40-foot tall chamber that has a set of stairs cut of stone that go up the side at an angle, then go up the side, then go up the side at an angle all the way up to the top. There is, on the other side of the room, a set of stairs that descend down, different than the ones you just came up. And in the middle of this chamber is a metal bowl about 5 feet wide that's built into the floor. So it's just almost like this semi-flattish inverted dome of metal on the bottom of the floor. And over this is, as you climb up the stairs, you can see it is a sphere of light. It is a magical, slowly rotating sphere of energy that's very bright white light. And as you step up, and I'm assuming Iggy's leading the way, as you start rising up, your head appears in this chamber. The whole chamber is bright as all heck, and it changes color to a pale green light in response.
And it was white light?
It was white. You could see white. As soon as you come up, it changes, and you stop moving, and it's still green light.
You guys, I detect magic.
What do you make of this?
Ooh. That's a new one. Can I make a check on that? Like make a roll against it? Or Arcana or something like that?
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, that's a natural 20.
Ooh, you have never seen anything like this. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it does, but you do believe it is of a good nature, and approaching it might be beneficial. Touching it might be bad.
This looks amazing. I've never seen anything like it, but it seems
He dives to give it a hug.
So Xander will go ahead and approach it
All right, you are...
out of curiosity more than anything.
You notice something. You are stepping over and almost tripping over a long mound of almost like a 1.5 foot ridge of dust that goes from your stairs to the other stairs that go down. You almost trip towards and into this bowl. You catch yourself, wave back at your group, and then it blasts out a little pulse of energy, and a green light blasts out, and you feel a little bit of healing if you were wounded, which you are not.
Ooh.
And you also feel a little bit of protection and a little bit of comfort granted by this, and you feel a little bit more confident. And that net result is you have a +1 to all your saving throws.
Ooh. You guys, this is great.
Iggy sees Xander appreciating it and walks up next to him.
Okay.
Yeah, likewise.
You guys all have the same effect as you approach. It blasts out. There's a little bit of a healing effect that doesn't, because you're not wounded, doesn't affect you. But you all have a temporary bonus, including Idrisil, of a +1 bonus to all saving throws. Idrisil, you see some old writing on the ground covered by some of this dust that, can I see your character sheet real fast? That you do not understand the language of.
I pointed out anyway
Okay.
to everyone. Everyone, can anyone read this?
What languages do you guys know?
Do you know if I can read it?
You know a lot of languages.
I have a lot of languages.
Let's see.
I'm a gnome.
Do you have the multilingual?
I sure do.
You know this as the Old Byzantine language.
Ah.
So you are in an
Killian would
age,
have known it.
an age that is, you could call this the 3rd or 4th age, and the Old Byzantine was before this. This was an empire that was part of this land, not particularly in this region. So it's a little surprising to see some writing here, but it is written in this old cryptic-looking language, and it's simply and it almost looks like hastily scratched writing on the floor, and it simply reads Scoriel Guild 3.
Oh, wow.
Scoriel
Number
Guild
3.
The number 3.
You guys! It says Scorield! It says
Scoriel.
Scoriel Guild 3! Isn't that neat?
What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea! But it's an old Byzantine, which means it's gotta be hundreds of years old.
Didn't Peg say something about that? Byzantine?
He did mention that the other guild that we were looking at, the Scourgeonar, was also old Byzantine. But this is different.
Okay. Well, up or down?
Let's keep going up.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Keep going up.
You head up, you walk up the stairs and walk up and up and up. And this is, again, like a 40-foot tall room. So you're just looking down at this light that turns white once you get high enough.
How far away are we when it turns white?
About halfway up.
Okay.
These stairs take you up into a chamber above, and up there are some smaller rooms with doors that have long since rotted away of wood, and instead they're just open doorways with some metal hinges hanging off of them. And this looks like areas for quarters for beds. There's some metal remains of the beds that are left behind. There's a metal table for some sort of group common area. And you see there is another message scrawled in the table in Old Byzrin that Xander translates. And it reads, "Have the guild failed everyone? ? Have the guild failed everyone?" Again, hastily scrawled in the Old Byzrin language.
Have the guild failed everyone?
Seems like it has. Some way.
Since nobody knows who they are anymore, I'd say yes.
Let's continue.
Xander grabs his book one more time to see if he can see anything that says Scoriel in it.
You see no mention of that, no.
And we're at the top. It doesn't.
You are at the top.
Go back down.
Yeah, kind of searching the room out. There's just nothing else going on.
Nope, nothing else.
No, okay.
You head back down, and then you head down the stairs. The only other way to go down further,
Yep.
beneath the wide dome section. As you go down, you descend into a curving corridor that slowly curves around and slowly descends, a gentle spiral. And you start following it down, and it's the four of you with the only light coming from the magic watch around the wrist of Sildren. Yathane flutters uncomfortably. It is stalish air that smells a little bit like nasty skeleton bone smell that you encountered the night prior. Night prior? Yeah, I think it was the night prior.
The night before.
Yeah. You continue down this smoothish stone corridor when you come to a heavy metal door straight in front of you. It is a big door. It is 8 feet tall, 10 feet wide, and it has 4 holes in it.
Metal door, you said?
A metal door. And Iggy, you approached it first, stepping over some debris on the ground. And who's second?
I am.
Sildren. Sildren, you step over that debris as well and can see this door has 4 holes. It has no handle. It doesn't open up like a normal double door of this size you would imagine.
Single door.
It's a single door, and it probably goes left to right type of a motion or something like that. And then who's third?
That would be
Xander. Xander, you trip over the debris and see it is several metal beams, maybe construction beams. I'm picturing like the beams you see those old-fashioned photos of those guys having their lunch on the middle of a skyscraper.
Big old I-beams.
Yeah, I-beam. Thank you.
Yeah.
How big are these holes?
Maybe 8 by 8 inches, something like that.
About I-beam size?
Yes. And there are 4 of them, 4 of the holes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also see there are some bones scattered about this door right at the base of it.
Where are the holes on the door? So it's 8 feet wide, 10 feet tall. Where are the holes?
The holes are equidistant on the bottom.
Okay. And then, so there was no handle. Do we see, like, this is some nerdy door shit. Are there hinges that we see? Like, would the door swing towards us, or is it going to swing away from us?
Iggy goes over and plasters his head and is looking left and right. You see nothing but a thin rope that is off to the side that is hanging from some sort of hole in the ceiling. But you don't see any hinges, and the rope does not look like it could support this door in any way.
How big are the beams? Like, how long are they?
They are 6 feet long.
Ow! I hit my toe on this.
Are you all right?
Okay. But they're big beams.
And the rope is just like going up into the ceiling?
Thin, it's almost like cord. Rope's too strong a word. Yep, it goes up into the ceiling.
Let's not get hasty.
Wait, gently tug on it?
Barely a twine.
Make a perception roll.
We're all good.
Oh, good.
23?
You can hear beyond the door a distant little bell sound when you pull it.
Did you just ring the doorbell?
Maybe.
Why would you do that?
Well, do we want to go through the door or not? This might be cookies on the other side.
We're gonna
Nice
wait for them
grandma.
to answer.
He just looks at you and shrugs.
All right.
I didn't know it was the doorbell.
These beams seem like they would fit in these holes. Shh. To what
Let's
end?
try.
Well, let's look at them first. Are they different? Are they all the same?
Yeah, so how many beams are there?
There are 2.
Oh,
They said there was 4.
4 holes.
And so one beam would go in one hole.
That looks like it would slot in, yes.
And the 4 holes are all identical to each other.
Yes.
I have the feeling like this is going to be some sort of horrible puzzle.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Sure.
How bad can it be? There's 4 holes. There's 2 beams.
You've not been
We
with
can do
us
this
long
one.
enough.
And we will stop there for the night.
You said the holes were like right at the bottom? Is
Yes, correct.
Equidistant apart.
2 beams, 4 holes, bunch of skeletons.
How about we try them on the outsides? Beam outside, beam outside.
help me out, Xander.
Okay, I'm super strong.
All right, so the 2 of you are doing what?
Dragon, I'm assuming they're probably, we could, we're going to drag the beams over to either of the outside holes.
All right, you make a loud, screeching Men in Black table chair sound as you drag this beam across the floor. And what were you doing with it? And I say you to Iggy because Xander's
Yeah, no, I know.
Xander's quote
I was
unquote
trying
helping.
to make him, yeah. Trying to make
He's
the
breaking a
little
sweat,
guy.
just barely touching the beam.
All right, so do we put them in at the same time? How do you want to do this?
Yeah,
You're the smart one.
I think if we were, I mean, if
I'll
it's,
push this one, you push that one.
I'll push that one.
I'll help.
Okay,
And I almost said Killian. Sildren will help
Xander.
Xander.
All right, so you guys push them in at the same time?
Yeah.
In which holes?
The two
Outside.
outside ones.
So like 1 and 4, if you will?
Yes.
Okay. You push them in at the same time. The beams go in a little bit, and they go in, and they keep going in, and they'll keep going in.
And lift.
You lift. It is hard to lift. I need you, Sildren, not Xander, and Iggy to make athletics rolls.
I'm helping.
Fuck. I'm gonna
18.
11. I'm gonna use a hero point.
All right. Iggy's struggling.
Fucking shit, natural one.
Oh, no! The 2 of you heave and heave and heave, and the door The door rises up very slowly, and it's taking so much muscle and energy, and you're making work. And Xander, you get on all fours, you look down, you can see some more skeleton bits on the other side of the door. There, the passage continues on. You can see a little bit of light coming from down on the passage. And just as you do that, you roll back as Iggy cries out. And the door comes crashing down with a huge, loud bang that reverberates through the entire corridor and tower. And Iggy, you have dislocated your shoulder and will be -1 to attacks for the time being. And the whole place is covered in dust. The whole place is shaking. Whatever was going on here, you've certainly made a hell of a racket. And we will stop there for tonight.
Oh, man.